What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What is going on, y'all? What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on to another episode of the Blurred AF? Of course, I'm your host, Dre Mack. Illuminati will be in just a moment. But of course, today we are going to talk about the record-breaking debut for the movie Michael. And we tried to tell y'all, it's Michael Jackson. There's no force on earth that's like Michael Jackson. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about his his historic box office debut for the weekend. I literally just took my daughter to go see it. We got the movies, about a couple hours ago. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. I'm not gonna hold you. This movie makes you miss Michael. It makes you, and I think that's what it is. I think that's the magic of this movie. It makes you miss Michael Jackson. Let me slow it down. Makes you miss Michael Jackson. That's what it really does. Just the kind of person that he was and all of that. It literally makes you miss all of that. So we are going to get into it today. My whole article just left. But hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan Reaction. But you already know how we do, man. Let's go.
What does this button do?
All right. Oh, man. I'm feeling good. I got Michael Mania going on. It had Pac Mania. You know what I'm saying? They had Mortal Kombat Mondays. Now with Michael Jackson Mania. It looks like it's the 80s all over again. I love it. Well, let me check who's all in the house right now. My man Torian is up here. What's up? Wavy Thames. What's good? AW1, what's good? Professor Film Fan, what's up? Xavier Phoenix, what's up? Okay, I'm glad one of them got safe. I don't know what to say to that. I can't even pronounce it. I'm not even gonna jack that up. Persetta, what's good? What's up, Dove? I'm just calling you Dove. When doves cry, what's good? Because I still can't remember that. Lucky Dog, what's up? Let me see. Who else is up in here? Who was up? Profess, what's up? Blue is being here in a moment. And my man D Stizzle, what's up? I about to say you started to sound like Joe. Micah, let me come over here and talk to you, Michael. Boy, I swear, boy. Look at you. You're doing your thing, Micah. Micah. The way Kobe Domingo said, Micah, Micah, you my son. I love you. I sure love this money, too. Little boy, $500,000. What up, Lars? What's good? And of course, I kind of went over some of the things that was missing out of this movie. What's up, Marley Moore? I did that this morning in my spoiler review, and after rewatching it, so I was watching it for my enjoyment. I was honestly, man, I was missing Michael, dude. It was one of those things where it started the emotion. I didn't cry, but the emotion did start to get to me at certain points where I had to be, like, oh, okay, this is his nephew. But man, dog, it just makes you miss, because I don't think people really understand this about Michael. And it's been said over and over again, but the guy was literally like he just had a really good spirit. Like he did. And if you have real true discernment, or if you know anything about energy and stuff like that, man, you could point people out that's just not right. You could point people out that's just not right. And when I watch a Michael Jackson interview and any of that stuff, man, there's just pure energy and to a fault. And again, I talked about that this morning. Just a childlike innocence about this guy. And if you really think about it, like I said this morning, if you have a guy that grew up in Hollywood, and we talk about, if you look at some of the Hollywood kids and what they turn out to be, they're not, a lot of them ain't Michael Jackson. And what I did like, because people forget, Michael Jackson also has the Guinness Book of World Records for the most money ever donated to charity. People forget that. Oh man, he loved the kids. But they forget all of the philanthropy. Like literally, he was a modern day Tony Stark. Like he was a philanthropist, and he loved people. He loved the children and stuff like that. And to donate so much money to, for We Are the World, all those proceeds went to, children over in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And you think Africa doesn't love him? And giving that money that from the Victory Tour and giving that to the burn unit he was in, because he's seen people that's lives are changed forever, and he was seconds away from his life being changed forever. You know what I'm saying? And he decided legitimately to let me do something. And we talk about our celebrities all the time. Let's keep it a buck. We talk about our celebrities all the time, not doing nothing for the hood, not doing nothing for nobody. Michael defined all. Michael is the blueprint. That's why I personally don't think nobody can ever be Michael. He is the blueprint. He donated so much money. He made so much money, and he gave away so much money. So when people start attacking him, think about it like this. When all the allegations came up, because they knew he was generous with his money. That's it. And and it's not, oh, let me keep things hush. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that. It's, you know what? Here, if all you want is my money, fine. I let you into my home. It's almost like when the Green Goblin said, I offered you friendship and you spat in my face. That's literally what Michael did. He opened his doors to people. I'll give you an example of this, and I'm gonna get into the box office numbers, because I was, you know what I'm saying? I was listening to this earlier, and it made me think. So I watched, again, go to the detail, because they got all of the interviews, like all of the interviews. So they had the interview with Corey Feldman. Now, for those who don't know, Corey Feldman is I'm talking about a real drug addict. Was a real drug addict. And Michael, because he was in the industry and he probably knew about the groping that Corey Feldman got by somebody else in the industry. You know what I'm saying? He opened up his doors to him and tried to protect him. He's like, hey, you know what? Come kick it with me. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a big brother type of figure. You know what I'm saying? And anytime like Michael, they was like, oh man, he hung with kids or whatever and stuff like that, man. A two-story room. I got a 2-story house, and it's probably the size of Michael Jackson's room. You know what I mean? Best bedroom. You think he's really doing that and promoting kids to come to Neverland? You know what I'm saying? To promote that, while you really got nasty individuals in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Nasty individuals in the government. That's why we had the Epstein list. Actually doing crimes and nothing is going on. But then, do you see how the media was attacking Michael Jackson leading up to this movie to distract people from seeing Michael? You know what I'm saying? Accusers coming out. I'm not going to go see it. Shut up. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Alleged accusers that nothing came about it. So what I'm saying is, Michael Jackson was a black man who defied the odds, and they could not find anything about him, so they made it up. They made it up to tear him down, because this dude is a good dude. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? And they could not find anything. The same FBI that assassinated Martin Luther King Jr., them in the CIA, the same people who tore down the Black Panther Party, these same people investigated Michael Jackson for 10 years and find nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because he was rich, black, and successful. And that's what they could not take. They could not take that away from Michael. You see what I mean? They couldn't take away a person that was rich, that was successful. Put it more like this: successful. Then he became powerful, not rich, powerful. Because you did good business. And no matter what Paul McCartney said, even he could admit, hey, I can't be mad at him. That's good business. I couldn't really be mad at him. Just give me a cut. Give me a little bit more. Give me here. But he could deny the business. But, you know, even when the original tabloids, people forget, those original tabloids came from the people that was in England. Those Wacko Jacko, that is UK. That wasn't America. America was still trying to find out was Michael Jackson hitting the skins, and Diana Ross was like, I ain't gonna tell. You know. You see what I mean? So when you see Michael have this kind of success for this movie, it's because we already know. The people who know, who had the discernment and know that there was an attack on Michael Jackson, no matter how much he chopped off his nose, no matter how much he used skin lightener or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to hide his vitiligo or try to make himself perfect, we knew Michael Jackson was a good dude. And we knew he was pure-hearted. And we know what Hollywood does to people. And Michael defied the odds as much as he possibly can. That's all I got to say. What's up, Blue?
What up, man?
You already know what it is, man. You know, got to come up here with this 97 million. Where's chill? Where you at? 97 million. White supremacy, my ass.
I was trying to
97 million. Just in America alone.
In America alone, man. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if we get saying that it actually crossed over 100 million in America.
It probably did it today. It'll probably do it today.
You know what I'm
saying? Not even gonna lie to you.
Because I think they cut it short. I really do think they cut it short. But yeah, Chill, I called Chill out on Twitter. I said, Darius, where Chill at? We need a bag on this dude. I don't know what made Chill. Oh, because of white supremacy. White supremacy, Chill. This dude been fighting white supremacy since he was 8.
Right.
Been kicking white supremacy's ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Come on, 97 mil, 217 overall. Come on, man. And that was in just this week alone. It became the highest grossing biopic of all time.
Yeah, and for a film, it hit $217 million for a film. Well, yeah. That's including the international. So what does that mean? It means it defied all the odds. No matter how much smear campaign they was trying to do, you wasn't gonna stop Michael Jackson. You wasn't. So it has the highest grossing box office for a biopic ever. And it beat Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, yeah. It beat Oppenheimer. So 209. Let me take that back. 209. The Hollywood Reporter just did this 7 hours ago. 219 million globally. Did y'all see China? China was in there kicking it. Yeah. China was in there having a concert. You know what I'm saying? Me and my daughter. Yeah. But you know, we already know China and Japan was gonna show up for Michael Jackson regardless.
Japan ain't open yet.
Ain't open yet. But you know, China and Japan show up. I'm trying to tell you, go watch Bad in Tokyo. I
don't think Japan opens till May. That's another thing. This movie gonna have crazy ass. The legs on this movie is gonna be crazy. For one,
and we're gonna talk about that too, because I gotta call out Tina, because no, it's remember we was talking about the 30-day window for Superman. She was like, "Oh, James Gunn's films, you know, it is not successful because they said they had to pull it early." Well, guess who else is getting pulled early? Mario Brothers, and it's well over $800 million. Well, we gonna get that later. We are going to get to that later.
Pulling films early Because sometimes it's like I need to make way for another film, you know, things like that, contracts. Tina know. What Tina? Is she in the chat? She know.
She was like, no, why am I dragged in this? That's what she
right. Y'all praise Mike, leave me out of this.
right. You already know.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. So did you finally went to go see it this weekend?
So Sunday morning. I'm gonna go see it again. I might go tomorrow. Take my daughter, take my son, go see it. But no, it's a good movie. My whole thing was looking at the critics. If the critics want to say, oh, it didn't have these moments or these, you know, whether it was the drama, salaciousness, or whatever in it, does that mean I drop it 70 points? Do I take 70 points away from it because it doesn't have that? You know what I'm saying? That to me makes no sense. So last night when I did my live talking about my review of my live last night,
I tried to watch it. I could not get on last night. My internet was trash.
No problem. But you know, I was like, y'all gave Elvis, I think Elvis was a 80, right? I think Elvis was an 80. No, Bohemian Rhapsody was an 86. Elvis was like a 77, 73, something like that. They did the same thing with those two movies. They didn't go in depth with Elvis. They didn't talk about Priscilla, him marrying this little girl. They didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about him being the dope fiend that he was. You know what I'm saying? They didn't talk about that. Freddie Mercury. They didn't talk about how Freddie Mercury didn't want to be a PG act. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do all of that. And
how he was high as hell over Michael Jackson's house. He had to bring in his llama. He was like, you know what? You bring in that llama one more time, I'm out. Well, it's me and the llama. It's you and the llama, and the llama says, well, I'm out. I'm high as shit. Is it a real llama?
Right.
But no, facts, though. That's facts. Very much facts.
It's just
what up, Stamina?
The way the critics do these movies, I said, you know what? It's y'all don't want to be called out, but y'all make it so obvious that these white-led films get high praise. And then Michael Jackson come out and y'all want to beat it up because it didn't have this in it. And then I say, what shit, did y'all watch the movie? The movie ended at 88.
Exactly.
It ended at 88. So what did y'all want that was salacious from 88? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did y'all want? Like, shit just didn't correlate. Man. Then it don't make sense. Now, the whole, you know, not having Diana Ross in it, I feel you. I would have loved to see, you know what I'm saying, the Diana Ross stuff, but we didn't get it. Diana didn't want us to have it. We didn't get it. To me, is that a 70-point takeaway? No. You know what I'm saying? The Studio 54 stuff, the Wiz.
I mean, they showed Studio 54, but they didn't show.
They didn't show it right, going in depth with
show him in Studio 54.
That didn't take, to me, it didn't take away the movie. This movie, and kind of like what you said, this was a Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson movie.
This was leaving Joe Jackson. The Michael
this
Jackson
was surviving story. Joe Jackson. This is what this was. You know what I'm saying? And to me, did I learn anything new from this movie? No, but I've been around since the 80s.
Yeah. What I learned, I'm gonna tell you this. What I did learn, my cousin Manuka's in there. He know I'm a Michael Jackson fan. It made me miss Michael, man. That's what I learned.
That's what you learned. I miss Michael. I already missed Michael. Yes.
But you know, it's because it's the music, and Jafar doing his thing, and there's just moments, his glimpses. Like, I know this is nephew, but damn, do I miss that type of spirit, especially in the world today that we live in. We don't have, let's just be honest, we don't have nobody that's that pure spirited like that. The dude just had a pure spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just like I said, you know, in the opening monologue, he's just a good dude. And man, so many people are just, they want you to be like a horrible person. And he's not just a horrible human being.
If he's a horrible person, I can really take advantage of him.
Yeah.
And that's why they lost coming. That's why, you know what I'm saying? They say if you take a shot at the king, you better not miss. That's why they couldn't they couldn't get him. They couldn't get him. Like you said, he was pure hearted. He was a good spirit, man. He was a good dude. He wasn't out trying to get over on anybody.
Right.
Maybe he was a little petty. You know, he had a little pettiness in him,
Just
but
a little bit.
just a little bit. You
Just
know,
a little
but
bit.
he wasn't going out of his way to hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? If
No, not to
anything,
intentionally hurt anybody.
right? He
But
wanted
they
to
were going out
heal.
his
He wanted to
they were
teach,
going out of his way to intentionally
to
hurt
come at him. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
the problem.
I'm with you. It did make me miss Mike, man. I was watching an interview from Prince, his son, not
Yeah,
the singer, and his son, and there's another disconnect
the
between.
son is in the movie too.
Yeah, he's in it, but between Prince and Paris is weird. The disconnect between them two. Prince
Yeah,
was like, this movie was my dad. Me watching it, me reading the script. I remember hearing the stories, all of the, you know what I'm saying? And Paris is saying the shit ain't true. I'm like, hold on, which one?
you
Shit
know
don't
who
make
Paris were. You know who really Paris reminds me of? Latoya.
Latoya.
Latoya. Cause how she? Wait a minute. For what? I'll rewatch this. And it was like, why is Latoya? Because Reeby's not in it. Because Reeby's not in it. Janet was a little younger. People forget Janet was like, around that time she was like 15, 14, 15.
She would have been Penny. She would have been on Good Times.
Yeah, she would have been coming off of Good Times, going into Fame. Remember, she was on Fame for a little bit. You know what I mean? So she was still there. But there was no Reeby. So all of a sudden now we got Latoya because she's an executive producer out here. So now we get more Latoya. And what did Latoya do? When Latoya needed some money, she threw Michael under the bus, rolled it backwards, forwards, you know what I'm saying? While trying to look like Michael at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I like your nose.
Yeah, because you copied the man's face. Every nose job he got. Look, go. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't believe me? Go look at Latoya back in the 70s and go look at Michael changed his nose. She changed her nose. He changed her nose again. She changed her nose. They had the same nose now. They got the same nose.
Same nose.
You know what I mean? So, right. So let me read this real quick. Let me put this on the screen just for a second. And this is from the Hollywood Reporter. And again, I don't trust the trades because they were trying to tell you. They tried to knock Sinners and they tried to knock Michael. And you can't knock it. But this was like box office stunner, Michael Over the Moon. With record 97 million U.S. opening, 219 million globally. The Michael Jackson film scored the top launch for ever for a biopic domestically after passing up Oppenheimer, as well as the best global opening for a music biopic after overcoming one of the biggest divides between audience and critics in recent history. And another win for a non-franchise title, Antoine Fuqua's Michael Jackson biopic pulled off a moonwalk for the ages at a worldwide box office with a record-smashing 97.2 million domestic opening and 1.26 million foreign launch for a global blast off at 218.8, basically rounded up to 19 because they probably hit that today. According to the weekend actuals, final weekend numbers show that the movie comes in slightly ahead of Sunday's estimated 97 million domestic launch and 120.4 foreign debut. Michael beating expectations in North America by nearly 30 million, boasts the biggest domestic opening of all time for any biopic after passing up Oppenheimer, 80 million, not adjusted for inflation. You see how I'm trying to tell you, you gotta when you read this
read
stuff,
in between.
you gotta read it between the lines because you keep calling the biopic and not a movie. So how much is it the biggest opening for any movie ever, or just the biopic? You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff. They keep saying adjusted for inflation because they want to be able to if this movie came out now,
ago, right?
It would have been more. Read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen. In the Lionsgate movie Eclipse Bohemian Rhapsody to rank as the top worldwide opening for a music biopic. Universal, a powerhouse on the international front, is releasing the film overseas on behalf of Lionsgate. I don't really want to. That's kind of all I wanted to read on there because it's just a milestone. But what do you think about this? I think we called this.
Yeah,
we called this. You know what I'm saying? But
it's hard. You can't. And like I said, man, there's the two most famous people ever to probably walk Earth. One of them, we really don't know if he walked Earth or not, is Jesus and Michael Jackson. Right? That's it. after everybody else is I saw on Twitter they was trying to figure out how famous Michael Jackson was, right? And they was like use LeBron. And with LeBron being famous, how famous is Michael Jackson? And people was like the gap between LeBron and Michael Jackson is like I'm closer to being as famous as LeBron, and LeBron is nowhere near as close as being as famous as Michael Jackson. And I'm not famous, so let that sink in. They were saying stuff like that, like Michael is out, just what I'm saying, untouched. He's to this day.
Michael Jordan was, I would say, a close second at his
maybe at his peak. Yeah,
but he
still wasn't as big.
He still wasn't he's still okay. So Michael Jordan is the most famous basketball player of all time, right? Mm-hmm. And he's probably 15% famous than Michael Jackson is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then Michael Jackson. That's crazy. And Michael Jordan's sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson is on my wall upstairs. I was just saying. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're super famous. You know what I'm saying? And people really they talk about the Beatles mania. They talk about Elvis. They can't even top Michael.
No.
And where Michael had legs at, and this kind of segues to something because it ends in bad. When he went on that first solo tour, he went he went internationally first. He went to Kiss. He went internationally first. It did came and started his tour in America. So what did that do? That got everybody internationally to know who Michael really was at that time. And that's why when you see the videos of people falling down, those are people in those European countries. Yeah, London. But remember the Berlin Wall was coming down around that time.
Berlin Wall,
and this man was doing tours over there while the Berlin. But he was about bringing people together. Oh, for real?
Yeah. Well, my pops. It's at my folks' house. Yeah, I was in Germany when the Berlin Wall came down.
Oh wow! Wow! Yeah. So I mean, this man was touring Europe while what is it? Croatian and all of them were going at it. And this man was touring, and people were. I'm talking about pack, falling out. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. You know what I mean?
And not to cut you off, I think people don't understand, because you just brought up Beatlemania and all of that. There was Jackson Mania, and yes. Michael has been a star since, like I said, 8, 9, 10 years old. The Jacksons. So you go from the Jacksons being signed to Motown being the biggest thing on the block at that time period. Everybody eating up the Jackson 5. Everybody loving little Michael singing. They loving it. They eating that up. Boom. Then Mike, is growing up. He's dropping albums. Then he drops Off the Wall. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest albums to come out. Then he drops Thriller.
The biggest album of all time.
While being in the Jackson 5.
Jackson 5, yeah.
Jackson
Still
5 brothers. What they dropped? I think it was 2 albums between Off the Wall and
they dropped
because Victory and Thriller came out around the same time, right?
I got it. Destiny, Triumph, Victory. Those are the 3 albums that he dropped.
Triumph would have been around Off the Wall.
Yeah, so Triumph.
They toured Triumph with Off the Wall.
So Destiny is before Off the Wall, and then Triumph is after Off the Wall.
Right, but they toured Triumph and Off the Wall together.
Yeah,
it's like they toured Thriller and Victory.
And Victory together.
Victory, but
yeah, it was still Thriller. It was still a Thriller. Yeah. Featuring the Jacksons.
What it was, Motown 25. You know what I'm saying? Like the 83. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 83.
Mike was just you couldn't get away from Mike. That scene after he talked to the dude from CBS and he's standing on top of the limo. Yeah. That's real shit.
That's real. And you see the real picture, it's a sea of people. It's a sea of people to see it. This dude down the street on 5th Avenue seeing a speck of a Jerry curl and that's Michael Jackson. I got to see Michael Jackson. That's all he care about. I got to see Michael Jackson. Where was you at 5th Avenue and Lennox? I got to see a curl. You know what I'm saying? Daisy, thank you for the $2 super chat, but you know you tripping on this one. Dre, salute. 200 million is big, but it hasn't made a profit. It's the weekend.
It's the first week. What do you? Yeah, it ain't even really the official first week. It's the weekend.
You know what? I already know he doing this. He doing this to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me to wrap up. I'm not gonna wrap up.
You tripping.
Mike's budget was originally 150 million. They had to do the reshoot because of the Jordan Chandler situation.
Yeah.
But the estate paid the 50 million. So I'm gonna keep the budget at 150 because the studio didn't have to put up the extra 50 mil. Tomorrow it might it might make his money back by tomorrow. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's going on right now.
Right. Who knows?
Who knows? But at 150, you got to do what 300? No, 400. No, I'm sorry, 350. You got to do 350.
You got to do 350.
I'm trying to times 2.5. 150, that's 300. Add another 75. So
sorry,
375.
I'm trying to get the best look on these comments. My bad if you see me messing with this.
Oh no, you good. I'm just going in my head thinking. So 375 is their break even spot.
Yeah, it's gonna blow past that.
What it was 219 now.
219 now. This was 7 hours ago. I went to go see Michael Jackson. There were already a whole bunch of people. There was a showing that I went to the 3:30 showing. There was a 1:30 showing. There was a 4 o'clock showing. There, I'm just, and then we're making it fun. We are making it fun. People are going to go see this movie with a bunch of black people just having a good time having a concert, especially hold on real quick. So they're especially a lot of them who probably grew up with Michael Jackson but didn't know all the stories. Now they're intrigued, and I think that's the biggest takeaway. They're intrigued about who Michael Jackson is. You got people I ain't never heard of now putting up stories that frankly a lot of us knew because we grew up in that era. Just making videos
like you said, they're learning. These young kids going and
these
doing
are learning.
Yeah.
Like my daughter and her twin brother, they turn 19 next month. We've been listening to Michael Jackson since they were born. You know, when the Michael Jackson Experience came out, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing the Michael Jackson Experience since it first dropped. Because I was like, oh, I gotta have that on PlayStation 3, I gotta have that on Xbox, and I got it on Wii. We getting all of them. You know what I'm saying? And so that got them just for dancing to the Michael Jackson song. What do? You dance, you start learning the songs, you're doing this. Right. Now they're fans. And that's all this thing is doing, is making people go back and just like in the 80s, bringing more fans back to Michael. You know what I'm saying? I got the Jackson American Dream sitting down there. Don't trip. I got it. Oh, I got it, baby.
This put Michael Jackson back into the top 200 Billboard. You know,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. With I think it's either 5 or 6 songs just re-entered the top 200.
Human nature.
You know what I'm saying?
Human nature has a new video.
Yeah.
Even though it sucks, Human Nature has a new video. That's what you think of. Yeah. Think about that. Like think about that.
And I think they say they want to do Stranger in Moscow. Like they want to do a lot of B-sides, a lot of singles that
Stranger in Moscow is mine.
Necessarily get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? So
Stranger in Moscow is one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs of all time. If you just listen to the lyrics, you know the lyrics, you be like, golly, this man is going through it. You know what I'm saying? He was making art with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, there's Michael Jackson is a different animal, and I don't think people were really ready for that. They wasn't ready. Yeah, they wasn't ready for that. Like I said, they can do a Prince, a biopic, and it's going to be good, and it's still not going to be Michael. And people, when we were kids, we used to have, who's better, Michael or Prince? That was the conversation on the playgrounds in high school, all of that. And I always said it was Michael. I was like, even though Prince could play every instrument under the sun, the man wanted to play the ukulele or whatever, ukulele. And the flute at the same, the ukulele and the flute at the same time. Prince can do it, but he ain't that.
while
He
playing the
ain't
piano with his
that.
toes. Prince
Yeah.
is a one-on-one too, but
Bad,
like you said, he's not Mike.
yeah,
He's not Mike.
he's a one-on-one as a savant in music.
Mhm.
Like he is a savant as
When do you
far as
think? When do you think Prince said, "You know what? You got it, Mike"? And just Prince just said, "You know what? I'm gonna just focus on doing what I do. I'm
it's
not even gonna
bad.
try to chase
It was
that."
bad. It was bad.
You think it was
It was
bad?
bad. Hell yeah. It was bad. And the reason why I say it was bad, because of course he, Michael asked him to be on Bad.
Mhm.
He politely declined because, your butt is my who butt.
Your butt
Who
is
you
mine.
singing? He said, you ain't singing that to me. I
Nope.
ain't singing that to you. So who you talking to? You know what I mean? Which is a funny conversation. But I think what did he make? Because this is because Purple Rain was fighting against Thriller. And
Mhm.
it could not survive. Even with a movie, it
Yep.
couldn't do it. It couldn't do it. So when Bad came out, and remember, people forget the reason why I skipped Thriller all the way to Bad when it kept from 80, 84, basically from the Victory Tour all the way up to 88. The man took a break. He took a hiatus. And
He
really
didn't take.
nobody.
Well, he might have took. He might have thought he took a break, but
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was in the.
Oh yeah, he was still in that lab.
You know, well,
He was
I
in
ain't even
that
talking about
lab.
the lab. Just him being on the TV screen, or you got.
Oh yeah,
Billie
yeah.
Jean. What year did Billie Jean and Beat It and all that?
82.
What year was that?
That was 80.
82.
Billie Jean and Beat It debuted in 82, and it went all the way to like 85.
No. They
I'm
was
talking
still
about as far as on the charts. I think it was all the way up to like 85, 86 on the charts.
Because once, and this is another thing too. Michael is a product of MTV.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
MTV. He made, regardless of MTV had already been out, Michael made MTV. He made it what it is. He made any type of music variety show what it was. Music video variety show.
Oh yeah.
Beat It, Billie Jean, Bad, Thriller. Those videos played from the day that they debuted all the way up until the 90s, all the way up until what it was, VH1 pop-up video and all. Like it was on constant rotation.
Especially Thriller, because because once Thriller got legs, it came every Halloween. And to this day, every Halloween, you don't hear the Monster Mash like you hear Thriller. You know what I'm saying?
Thriller. Look, man, Michael has reinvented himself so many times that I don't think he's ever lost.
Look, I'm about to kick Dane out. Dane about to be banned for 52 months.
Who dances better?
Man, he about to be banned for 52 months. He needs to stop playing. He needs to stop playing.
So man, it's with him reinventing himself. It seemed like every 10 years it was a new mic. You know what I'm saying?
Like literally.
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 Like, literally. You're right.
If you really think about it, he literally reinvented himself. Every album, it's a new mic. You're like, where did Mike come from? Mike got lighter. From I put this on Everything I Love. I remember as a kid. Watching Michael Jackson on Bad. No, like, okay, well, yeah, he looks a little different, but from Bad to Dangerous is a completely different Michael. From Bad to Dangerous is a completely different Mike. You know what I mean? So, but
oh man,
what songs did you sing in the movie? All of them. I sung all of them.
Yeah, I was in there grooving, man. I was in there grooving.
Oh yeah.
It was a young lady who was sitting next to me to my right. You can tell she was of the Gen Alpha age or something like that. Like she looked maybe a younger millennial or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she got the bobbing a little bit. I don't think she knew Mike. You know what I'm saying? But the music is infectious, man. I want to. That's one thing.
They had good albums.
About watching this movie.
Yeah, there's good albums.
Yeah, it was bop after bop after bop. It took me back like the Jackson 5, and I started thinking in my household, how I got introduced to Mike. I didn't get introduced to Mike through a Michael Jackson album. I got introduced to Mike through a Jackson 5. I remember the Victory album and you know what I'm saying? Like my pops had the tour on VHS. You know what I'm saying? Like he used.
Hold on, wait a minute. Which is it? The one from Toronto?
Shit,
The
I don't know.
Toronto big. 'Cause I'm trying to
I
find
ain't
a
finna
kid.
lie to
I'm,
you, I don't know.
I'm
He had
trying to find a Kansas City one, and that mug
He
is
had-
janky.
he had that, and he had Prince live. I don't know where it was, and that was like Prince killed it, and the lasers and that was like, to me, that was like one of the greatest things I saw like live. You know what I'm saying? Was Prince just killing it, like I said, with the lasers. The Victory Tour, the way they shot it on VHS, it wasn't like what we saw in the movie. They were so
Pam?
far back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was just
It
a
is
bad.
different. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
it-
know if it was just some regular Joe shoot. I mean, it was a production. I think it was
you must have the one from Live for Toronto, because it started off with like the victory thing or whatever. You see them coming out. You know what I'm saying? Taking off that's the one Live in Toronto. That's the one that's still on YouTube.
It was so far back, man. Oh, go ahead.
Let me shout out Persetta, man, because she said she got to go. Thanks for stopping in. Always, Persetta. You know I love you. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead, because you know I got you know I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is Michael Mania. We gonna do original body roll.
Super chat body roll.
And I want to say this, Randy Jackson, you mofo. If it wasn't for you, we would have got body roll. Because that was the part of the show where they were playing the song where body roll was at. If it wasn't for you, Randy Jackson, I'm going to find Randy, I'm going to hit him in the knees. Hit him in the knees.
That's how I was introduced, man. But then my mic was the bad era mic. That was the mic that was, you know what I'm saying? Because by that time, I'm a little bit older. I'm understanding what's going on. And that Who's Bad came, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was a thing of it. It didn't reach Thriller height, but that bad era mic.
Yeah.
That bad era mic was maybe just a step below Thriller mic. It was
still big. It was still big. It was still big.
You know what I'm saying? That bad era mic. Then we go into Moonwalker and the movie. Man, every kid that I knew, I had it on VHS. I don't know anybody who didn't have Moonwalker.
Moonwalker sitting right down there. I'm just saying
something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, and it was always on constant rotation.
Man in the Mirror. That was the song that made it wasn't just, it was bad, but Man in the Mirror, I used to hear that so much. Was Man in the Mirror. And then on the radio, I still remember this, The Way You Make Me Feel was on constant. Matter of fact, I'm about to say Michael was in the background right now.
It was in soundtrack.
Define Michael.
Movies.
It was The Way You Make Me Feel was just. But I got introduced to Michael. I got introduced to
no, R. Kelly did not write Man in the Mirror.
Dane C is over here about to get banned. He's about to get banned. He's tripping. He is really tripping. But I got introduced to Thriller Mike, but because I lived with my grandmother when I was growing up, and she was real religious. But when it came to Michael Jackson, that was a totally different story. When it came to Michael, it did, of course, anybody who had Off the Wall, you know what I'm saying, all of that, they were, my auntie, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, because my cousin, was up in age where she was listening to Michael. She had that Michael Jackson poster where he's in the cream, was it the cream shirt or whatever? I remember my cousin Sharon. Shout out to my cousin Sharon, my cousin Manook's sister. I remember she had that poster. You know what I'm saying? And she had the Michael Jackson doll. You know what I'm saying? It was like, that's where I got introduced to Michael. And Michael Jackson's the audio tape of E.T.
E.T.
Yes. I had the jacket. I had the black beaded jacket. Because people forget there was a red the beaded jacket, but it was a black one. You know what I mean? So it's just, but I think that's my childhood. So that nostalgia is there. You know what I'm saying? That nostalgia is there. It's like when we talk about Doomsday, we're gonna talk about some Marvel stuff here in a minute. But when we go in there, we see Cyclops and we see Storm. That nostalgia is gonna sit in.
Yeah,
because we remember 26 years ago when X-Men came out, or 20 some odd years ago when X-Men came out, and we're gonna have that feeling. Just like when Wesley came out, like, oh snap, Blade. You know what I'm saying? It's that you gonna have that feeling. But man,
I mean, I said it. I said at the beginning of the year, I said nostalgia is going. This is the year of nostalgia. This is the year of nostalgia, and nostalgia is whooping our ass right now. And everybody who keeps trying to go up against it, I think, you're gonna have some losses with nostalgia, but it's winning.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's winning. Michael Jackson, He-Man.
It ain't even came out yet.
It ain't even came.
He-Man is still on the horizon.
He-Man and Michael Jackson should have came out around the same. Like they should have been like a 1-2 punch.
Well, I would have been mad as hell. I would have been mad because I gotta choose one weekend to go see. I gotta cover this.
Being products of the 80s, they gotta compliment each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now, I would have went to go see them back to back. I would have fell asleep in one of them. I would have had to go see Michael at one time and go see He-Man at another day. I would have never went back to work. you know. But yeah, you're right though. Nostalgia, now it's our generation that's making the nostalgia now with He-Man and stuff. I told you what I need, baby. I need that Knight Rider movie.
Knight Rider.
But set it in the 80s too. Set it in the 80s. I need that Knight Rider movie.
I think that's what they want to do with Miami Vice. I think they want to set it in the 80s, which makes sense. Don't make it modern. Miami Vice was a product.
They already tried that with Jamie Foxx and it didn't work.
Didn't work. Set these things that came out, like you said, Knight Rider, do it in the 80s. Miami Vice, do it in the 80s. It'll work. That look at what Stranger Things did being placed in the 80s. And Stranger Things really didn't hit on the 80s to me hard enough.
No.
It was surface level 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't 80s.
Nah, it wasn't 80s. But
man. This is just a great film, man. This is a great film. And it's great for a different reason. It's not a I will say, and I gotta keep it a buck, and I'm gonna see if you agree with me. As far as structurally as a movie would go, it's not great in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? As a movie that flows well because of the edits, it's the chops, and even going back and watch it, they fade it off to go to something else. I'm like, that's where the edit is at. When they went to Studio 54, they edit. I was like, that's where they edited at.
I blame everything on Dirty Diana.
And Randy Jackson, because I didn't get body roll.
Yeah,
Randy got to get some of his blame.
Listening to Antoine Fuqua, and listen to, I forgot who the producer, King, I think his name was. He also did Bohemian Rhapsody, but they was talking about having to cut and chop and go back. Fuqua said he was editing while filming. You know what I'm saying, to try to keep things cohesive. But then doing that, he had to go back and take things out because of certain legal obligations or somebody saying they don't want to be in it, things of that nature. So that's the reason why. Plus, he said he shot so much. It's Michael Jackson.
He says 4 hours of footage.
4 hours. He compressed it to 2.
Yeah.
4 hours probably still would have seemed like it wouldn't have been enough to get Michael
to get that even that period of time.
Right. Even that period of time. So I feel you, but I'm just gonna chop it up into Michael was such a Michael's life, or whatever you want to call it, was such a complicated situation. Whether it was legal things or whether it's people who were involved who don't want to be involved no more, people who have passed, their estates not wanting to allow things. We should have got more Quincy Jones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We should have got a lot more Quincy Jones.
Maybe a little bit more Barry Gordy. You know?
Yep. We should have got we should have got literally
who we didn't get?
Victor Stevie. We didn't get nobody from Motown.
None.
We didn't even get we got Motown 25. We didn't get Motown 25.
Right.
You know what I mean? We didn't get, because there should have been conversations about, I don't want to do this, Barry, unless I get a solo. They did it in the Jackson the Jackson American Dream, but they didn't do it here for whatever reason. I don't know.
I get my thing is, I would have liked to see the Heal the World campaign.
Oh yeah.
I think that would have really kind of.
I want to see We Are the World.
Well,
And
that's
how
I mean,
Michael-
my bad. That's what I
Yeah,
meant. We Are the
yeah.
World. I'm talking about
Yeah, and how
We Are
Michael
the World.
Jackson look at the people like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would have liked to see that because to me, yeah, my bad. I said the wrong thing, Tori. I meant We Are. I said the wrong thing. And he done made me lose my damn train of thought.
Yeah,
Tori.
the We
I
Are
wanted
the
to
World.
see that. I was gonna ask you what would you bump and what would you put in? What would you take out?
Add.
Yeah,
I would.
No, I'm
I
saying
would add.
we only got this amount of time. What would you take out to put in? That's hard, I know.
Because I just watched the movie, so I'm trying to really think of what I would have took out. Him talking to Latoya about nose jobs,
About nose.
and him looking at people like they crazy because they can't sing. He literally told you how to sing it, and you just did your whole thing. Give me that. Give me that scene. Where Lionel Richie at? We didn't get any celebrity. We didn't get any other for real celebrities besides Dionne Warwick. That's
Well, I missed that. What was Dion at?
at the beginning of the movie when they went to the Apollo. They came after. I mean, not Dionne Warwick. Last night.
That was last night. Yeah, I was gonna say, that was
Glass Night and the Pips. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, Glass Night. You know what I mean? But we didn't get anybody else, and I get it. I get it. You can't throw everything in there. I mean, we got archive footage. It ain't like I can't go back and look at Michael Jackson, singing "We Are the World" and looking at people crazy. But
you know what? I think that's what they should have done to make up for those things that they couldn't do. I think archival footage, probably just like a montage, real quick.
A montage, yeah, they should have did a montage.
You know what I'm saying? I think they should have maybe did something like that. I think that would have been dope, especially. Like you said, we went from 84 to 88.
Yep.
So in that time, I think they should have did like a montage, quick little montage to speed you up. We get into the bad era.
We should have got some montages for them doing the reality. I mean, the variety shows being on. As you could have. We know that this is the real footage. You know what I'm saying of this going on or whatever to lead up into where we at it off the wall.
Yeah.
And when it fades off from him being a kid to just you see Michael Jackson off the wall, you could have did a montage of him doing the Wiz, all of that. It could have been all of that led up, you know what I'm saying, and then got there. Also, there's no again, I said this, there's really no interaction with his brothers for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I still blame Randy. Because he got called a schmuck and he would have got put up. Schmuck. You're such a schmuck.
Yeah, I think like you said, archival footage would have worked tremendously because it would have helped connect some of those dots with the stories and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was actually what I got in the back of me. I'm like, what is in the back of me? Oh, just Michael Jackson. Just more Michael. Just more Michael.
Stamina say release the Fuqua.
Fuqua. I would pay money for that. I'm not lying.
I think we get it. It's coming. It's coming.
What do you think this is going to do digitally? Like the digital sales, the physical. I think the physical sales are going to be stupid. I think it's going to be stupid.
To me, this is where you go full in digital. I think you go full in. I wouldn't even, when I pull it from the movie theaters, I don't take it to streaming. I release a digital Blu-ray, steel box, whatever, all different type of variant. You know what I'm saying?
And they got to put each Michael Jackson nose in there from each era.
Right. Like
so I can be able to put it on my face.
Stuff to and I promote it. As a thing, I promote it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To sell. And then I come back maybe a month or two later and I say it's gonna be on streaming, and then I promote that as well. Or VOD. I'll promote VOD as well. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like I would draw this thing out as long as possible. Because why not?
It's Michael Jackson. They already have the new album, the Michael album are already on Apple, Spotify, all of that. So you can get the songs from the movie. They already have that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I didn't buy history already. It ain't like I didn't buy the essential Michael Jackson. It ain't like, and I'm still gonna buy this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna buy this stuff. This is, like I said, this is just the power of Michael. That's what it is, man. So again, it's Michael Jackson. I absolutely love it. Oh man, it's just like I said, man. You can't. He's just a rare commodity, man. In any era, at any place, he was famous and infamous. He's Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say he was Spider-Man. It's crazy. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say he's the Spider-Man of this shit. Like,
yep.
Yeah, just greatly missed, man. I stayed through the credits. I just
both times. I just sat there and it was singing.
Yeah, I just sat there, man. I meant to post a video of just me grooving and singing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a feel good thing, man, and to take you back to that era, man.
Yes, I did.
No, okay. Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, and watching, and that's what I like to see too. I like to see us not acting a fool, but having a good time.
Why we have to bring up Barry Gordy's son? Barry Gordy's son performed on Motown 25. The other son asked for a favor. Still one of my favorite songs during Halloween, though.
Just watching them get up there and dance and do all types of stuff while the movie's playing.
Loved it.
That's dope, man. I said, let me bring Chill back into this convo. I told him, I said it's gonna be a cultural I don't think Chill understands culture. I really don't. I'm not saying
laughing.
this.
I'm not laughing. I'm just thinking all the times he's argued with Darius, and I think that's what it is. It's a culture divide because a Canadian culture is different than American culture, even though we're neighbors.
No. I don't think he understands culture, like the word itself. I don't think he understands, like, you know what I'm saying? Because Canadians love Mike, like, and that's what I'm like. Come on, ain't no way.
Live for Toronto
don't love Mike. Like, you can't not go anywhere and not feel the effects of Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. You can't. You know what I'm saying? So, Sam was say Chill ain't the average. No, he's not. Like, I'm like, Chill, where you from? You was made in a lab, bro. The CIA. And I love Chill. That's my dude, man. I ain't saying this to be disrespectful, man, but
nah, chill my boy, man.
It's like he just don't understand culture, man. I want him to know it's certain things. It's just like when I was telling people about the Drake versus Kendrick. I was like, Kendrick is gonna wash him.
Yeah, because he's a culture.
I'm like, nah, this is a cultural watershed moment that's about to happen, man. I don't think you understand what's going on. Mike is the watershed moment for, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to music. When it comes, they're the king of pop. Everybody's chasing this guy.
That's what I said, and that's what I said. If there's Michael Jordan, who is the GOAT of basketball, and people are still trying to chase after a guy who only played 13 years and retired twice. You know what I'm saying? For various reasons or whatever, they're still trying to chase this guy. People are still trying to chase Michael Jackson. They keep bringing up Taylor Swift. She's not Michael. Beyonce, I love Beyonce. She's not Michael. She's not. There's not a lot of people that's Michael Joseph Jackson. It's just hard because of, like we said earlier, The man, the little boy was coming out at 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Singing like a grown man.
Yep.
All the way up to being the biggest pop star of all times, doing stuff that's unprecedented. It's not fair. It's not fair. I was like, and it's almost like what people say about Pac, but even Pac was a moment in time. But Pac ain't Mike.
Pac is not Mike. Pac is in his pocket is small.
His pocket,
like he was big for 90s hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Which ain't really in actuality ain't really saying nothing, because hip hop didn't reach a global stage until probably 2000, to where, you know what I'm saying, like late 90s, early 2000s, when hip hop just became this global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Now multiply that by 100, and that's what you get with Mike. Like what hip hop is, whatever the height of hip hop is, multiply that by 100, and maybe you can get close to Mike. Mike is.
It's Mike's stupid. Dane, see, like,
Michael,
you gonna take this?
What? You know, that's not a bad question. That's not a bad question, Dane.
It's not. It's not. It's a lot of fabrications and straight out of Compton, though. It's a lot of fabric. It's a lot of fabrication and straight. But I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it.
Because you know, Straight Outta Compton was actually the highest selling opening day. Not ghetto gospel. But yeah, Straight Outta Compton was the highest selling opening day for a biopic.
Yeah.
Domestically, you know what I'm saying? So,
but I think people were itching to hear about NWA, itching to hear about Easy. You know what I'm saying? And it was more or less, people were more interested in Easy because people forget. You gotta give him body roll. You know what? I'm not about to give him nothing. Well, I'm gonna give him that one. I'm gonna give him that one.
Super chat body roll.
Yeah, because that's the look. I was like, he say anything crazy. Don't worry. Don't, Randy, you get behind there. You messing up body roll. But I think with NWA's story, because people got to really understand, people that knew Dr. Dre and a lot of stuff that happened with Dr. Dre that was completely omitted in that story was looking at Dr. Dre like, word. So I know you're a part of this, so you just gonna omit what you did. Oh, okay. There's a lot of stuff. And then, you know, with Cube, you know what I'm saying? People love Cube. People want to hear about, you know, Easy and stuff like that. And then Ren and Yellow just so happen to be a part of the group. You know what I mean? But they want to hear about those. Yeah, they just so happen to be a part of the group. They just really want to hear about those three people, especially Easy, because Easy died, during the, in what was that, 94? You know what I'm saying?
Easy died
95.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah, because I was in it. Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and I came there for Ice Cube, because I came there for one song and one song only. And when it played, I almost got kicked out. God said every word of that song. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. I like Straight Outta Compton. There was some other stuff that I was just like, as being an NWA fan, I'm like, man, come on, bro. Come on. But I give you that.
To me, I was looking, because NWA was more than just Easy, Dre, Cube, Ren, and Yellow. It started off as the NWA posse. It was a big group of them. Egyptian Lover.
It was Arabian Prince, DLC, and
DLC came later. It was
DLC is on DLC is on NWA and the Posse. He's on NWA and the Posse. If you go listen to that original, because he got is it Pumas? Not Pumas. God, I know this song. God, hold up. He's on there. I can't think of the. I think it's like a Puma song or something like that. But yeah, he's on there. Like I said, along with Arabian Prince. I forgot the other cat's name on NWA and the Posse, but yeah. What is the song? Yeah, Dunk the Funk, the Feel Fresh
yeah,
crew.
okay, that's why.
Yeah, drinking it. Yeah,
he was Doc T. He wasn't the Doc. He was Doc T.
Yeah,
okay.
the toughest man alive. The hard way. Yeah, with the Feel Fresh crew. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
That had my joint on there. B is a bitch is a bitch. That was my song.
AW YouTuber, what's up? The theaters where I'm at are packed. That's what I'm talking, man. I'm trying to tell you, people are having fun again at the movies. You know what I mean? They're having fun again. And because we are, it's Michael time.
Super chat body roll.
And the cat that played Marlon looked just like Marlon when he was like, ooh. I could have got more Marlon. Y'all robbed me. Y'all robbed me, Randy. I know you needed a check, but you robbed me, Randy.
Who was all producers on Michael as far as the family?
Tito, Latoya, Prince, Jermaine, Jackie. That's probably why he didn't want to be around Jermaine and Marlon. Besides, I know Prince Michael. John Bronca is on there. Graham King, John McClane, who was part of his who was part of that too. But people are still mad about John Bronca being a part of this too.
Why?
Because John Bronca got fired by Michael in, I think, before This Is It, or did he come back? Or he got fired, but did he come back for This Is It? Oh, I'm not for sure, but yeah.
But he was there for majority of that time period.
That time he was there at that time period. You can't take away what he did. He was his lawyer. You know, you can't because I don't like what he did or he sold the money. I mean the catalog that he owned. Now he's a bad. I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? Because he was a part of that. And yes, I would have. Yes, I would have. Yeah, I knew he rehired him for This Is It. Yeah, because I remember him being in a lot of the clips when I went to go see This Is It on the at the movies. But yeah.
I'm just you know, this seems like this movie was about Joe Jackson, but Michael, this whole production kind of was a Jackson 5 type feel, you know what I'm saying? Like this was like Joe Spirit putting this movie together for his family yet again. You know what I'm saying? Like
Micah, I told you I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that money, Micah. I'm gonna get that money because it's the Jackson with Coca-Cola, Micah. That's what it is. See what you think you better than us? Because you got your little album, Micah.
Your little album.
Over the Migos. Oh.
He said you got a lot to learn about family, Michael.
He did say the truth. He did say the truth. He said you're gonna be around a lot of yes men and not your family. And I with hindsight being 2020.
And this is what I said, man. I was like, you know what? We need more Joes in this world. We need more Joe. We need more Joseph. We need more Joseph Jacksons.
I don't think Joseph wasn't as bad as they tried to portray. Okay, in this movie, he's not.
He was bad.
He was greedy. He was just greedy, and he was like, yeah, he was. I don't want to say pimping out his kids, but
he was. Look, I'm not finna sugarcoat Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson was bad. He was whipping the hell out of them kids, right? But
some of them
the
kids
reason he was doing it, I think to push your kid, like everything, you got to think.
Got a whoop like that.
If we
I
had
sure
more,
got a whooping.
and I'm not saying that we need more Joes out here whooping the hell out their kids all the way up into their teens and 20s. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying
trying
is,
to beat a man when he's 30 is
Right.
kind of stretching it. Yeah, I get my belt.
let me get my belt. He trying to fire me. Let me get my. No, what I'm saying is, Joe came from that plant. He came home that one day. Was like,
He
you
came
know
from
what?
that era.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying him at work, but yeah, that era in general.
Yeah.
He come in, he like, you know what? I don't want to do this shit no more. That's basically what went through his head. I got 9 kids. I lost one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm finna put these kids to work. These kids is we finna make
wait a minute. Soon as Tito broke that string on that guitar, Tito is the star. Tito needs to be give him his flowers. He started the Jackson 5. He started when he broke that string playing Joseph's guitar. That was the start of the Jackson 5. So Tito Jackson, you are getting your flowers. It just so happened Jermaine wasn't gonna take him there. He was gonna take him so far. And then when Little Mike went, as soon as he heard Little Michael sing, you know that ear, hey Micah, sing that song for me one more time. You know how when you was a kid, they're like, come in here and dance for me. Do that thing you do.
Yep.
And he went and sung, and he was like, that light bulb. Boy, these kids got talent. Boy, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this job.
But I mean, the thing, and it wasn't just the talent though; it was the discipline, and the discipline could have came from him putting the whoopings on them. But the discipline allowed them to go off and be successful. And everybody ain't gonna be a Michael. Like I ain't gonna Joe Jackson. The Jacksons got lucky that Michael was even in that. You know what I'm saying?
Michael was it because it wasn't Randy.
Right. And then you hear hear Joe Jackson in his interview talk about who did he say could sing better than Mike?
Jermaine?
Didn't he say Tito? Jermaine
could sing better.
Yeah, Jermaine could sing better than that Jermaine. But Jermaine, every time they was like, well, what about Michael? Well, no, Jermaine was the better singer.
Jermaine is more like Joe than any of them kids. Yeah. Jermaine is Joe. Jermaine is Joe Jackson. You know, but for me personally, okay, I grew up, my uncle was really strict. My uncle from the military, just like how your dad from the military. And I know he had a level of strictness coming from the military. So my uncle went to Nam. So he was just a strict dude. Grew up in the 1940s. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the South. What do you think he gonna be? What do you think he gonna be? He ain't gonna be, oh, let me put you in the corner because you're hell nah.
Let me talk to you over here on the side. Yeah,
look, Blue. I cut up some mats when I was 7. I still feel that ass whooping to this day. To this day, I still feel that ass whooping. I needed that whooping because I was like Michael. I was all over the place, very energetic. Maybe I needed a singing group because I should have been cutting up mats. You know what I'm saying? Or not coming home when the sun went down and got a whooping. I got a whooping for everything. You know what I mean? Where it was a belt, it was the extension, them long ass extension cords from back in the day that went to the phone. Racetrack. Oh man, I got cracked upside the head with a Knight Rider racetrack. And then he got mad, and then he got upset because he broke it, and he was like, man, I gotta go get you another one. God damn it. And then gave me a bootleg version of it. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. I'm not going to. Okay, Joe was bad in the sense that he was gonna get every ounce of money out them kids. That's where, as far as like what he had to do to provide for his family. Yeah. I can't be mad at that. I really can't. Now, practicing your kids to be perfectionists and stuff like that worked for that family because look what Michael did. None of them was on crack. That's all I gotta say. None of them was on crack. They might have did some stuff, but none of them was on crack. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said in the movie, Mike ain't out there in the streets. You worrying about the wrong thing. Mike ain't out there in the streets doing nothing crazy.
Yep. So I can't be, but Michael also said, it was a fear for him because look how hard I gotta work as a kid. You know what I'm saying? That's why he went over, to them little shops and seen them little kids working making shoes. Was like,
Mhm.
I'm healing the world. I don't like this.
Right.
Come on, little
No,
Asian
I
boy.
mean, but that's true though. I mean, and you brought it up before I hopped on. You talked about the kids in Hollywood and how they turned out. They didn't have discipline. I don't think they had the imagine those kids that we see now, coming out of rehab and on drugs and stuff like that.
Yep.
If they had a Joe Jackson in their life, I guarantee you they would
Somebody
not be
said-
on no booger sugar. They would not be on no,
None
you know what
of
I'm
that.
saying? None of that.
And
Now they might
somebody
have their hair slicked back on the side and a little box situation going. They might have that.
with his eyeballs pulled back. He's
They might have something like that. But they won't be on that booger sugar.
The only reason why I'm saying this is because there's a lot of black kids that grew up, especially in our area. I remember they didn't grow up. I didn't grow up with my father. My father was in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in state custody within my own family. You know what I'm saying? From my grandma to my uncle, you know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. So, it's the kids that I know, like one of my good friends named Reginald Floyd. His family, his mom and dad is celebrating 46 years of marriage. But that boy got disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I got disciplined in another way. You know what I'm saying? But because of the inconsistencies in life, you know what I'm saying? I had to fall on my face for a couple times, a few times. But when it comes to my work ethic, that comes from my uncle and auntie. You know what I'm saying? It comes from that. And I just think a lot of my friends who did not have that don't have no work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Who won't get a job. You know what I'm saying? Who I have that because it was beat into me. You know what I'm saying? I cut grass right now. I can hear my uncle, boy, you don't go out there. That's not how you cut that grass. Boy, give me that goddamn lawnmower. You shit. You know what I mean? But but I can't be mad at that because I look at the end results. And at the end results, Michael was worth $1 billion. Then I'm over here struggling at Ford. So all I'm saying, I need a couple more ass whoopings. And a couple more. Hey, get that spin move right.
Yeah.
I do not like how big this is. They tripping on this. Hold on.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? How big that. Hold up. Oh. All right. Let me put it more like, okay. So it said, Christian Keith, thank you so very much for this $10 super chat. Watch an unseen movie today called RZA One Spoon Chocolate that stars Shamik Moore, a.k.a. Miles Morales, and Paris Jackson. Seeing Jafar and Michael and Paris in this back-to-back. Be out May 1st. Shocker. And I was thinking about going to do the unseen, but my daughter wanted to go see Michael with me. She went, we had our Micah. Micah. We had our daddy daughter date. So you know what I mean. But that's dope that she's getting into. Maybe she was down in this movie, so we could go look at what she got.
Go look at what she got.
Maybe she got some Joe Jackson in her. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? She was real close to Catherine, though, right? She was real close to Catherine.
She was real close. Yeah, she was real close.
Is
she the oldest or Prince? It's Prince Paris. It's Prince Paris.
Prince Paris and then Blanket.
And then Blanket.
What's his name? BG?
Yeah. I'm still gonna call him Blanket. Blanket. The kid that hung from a building.
I love that, man. When they showed that, I just thought it was the funniest thing. And then they would put like audio over it and have Michael talking and saying, "Hey, catch, you want to catch?" The voice.
Oh my goodness!
I love it, man. That was the most funniest, and they killed Michael for that. I was like, "Why y'all killing Mike for him just having fun?" I know that he like 4 stories up and everything, but
somebody would have caught that baby as Michael's.
Oh man!
But yeah, so I will say this: I went back and watched the Debbie Rose interviews on The Detail. Them kids look like Debbie. That's who, especially Paris. Paris looked like Debbie. Oh,
Yeah.
Paris looked like her mama. Like
I don't know
her mama.
what Mike contributed. I know nothing, but I don't know how he was even trying to get away with these as my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but Diana Ross is not Diana Ross, Eartha Kitt's daughter looks like I mean, she passes for a white woman. So I'm not gonna take anything. Hey, look, I would have loved Michael Jackson to be my daddy, even if I'm adopted, test tube. I don't care. Michael, come get me, adopt me. You know what I mean?
Parents do look a little bit like Madonna too. She do.
You know, so
I would like to see some Madonna in this. You know, I wouldn't mind a Madonna biopic.
I wouldn't mind it either.
Give me a Madonna biopic.
But let me hook her up. I think I did enough body roll. People gonna be like, damn, you gonna do one more body roll? Yes, I am.
Super chat body roll.
I would have been in my chair. I would have just got up. Ooh. Like, sit your black ass down. I said, like, ooh, I had to turn around. Ooh. You ain't fighting the dude who's doing the body roll, are you? Ooh. Every time they punch, I go, ooh. Oh my God. Anyway. All right. But what did y'all think? We didn't talk about Michael Jackson for an hour and a half.
So my Mike bought those babies cash.
Okay. So to be fair, listen to Debbie Rowe. Just listen because she was on there crying about it. He tapped that because she was losing it because she was like, I gave him what he wanted and gave him them kids because they could be with their father. But she talked about like the times, like I guess she was like a nurse or something that he met, and they were kicking it back. Obviously, she was like they were kicking it until Lisa Marie came around, and he got with Lisa Marie. She wouldn't give him no kids, so he bit the block, and she was like, "You want the kid? You can have him. You can have whatever you want." It's Michael Jackson. You don't think you gonna let Michael Jackson knock it up just one? I mean, Diana already done did it. I might as well get my part too. Go ahead, tune it up. Could you imagine Michael like tune it up for me? I don't like it like that.
I like it.
Put your leg over here.
Let me show you what I learned from Diana. That's crazy.
Could you imagine? Hold on, wait a minute. Instead of the Shannon Sharp audio, could you imagine the Michael Jackson sex audio? Oh my God, that would have been. First of all, Michael's voice would have been a lot deeper.
Oh yeah,
he probably would have like.
You would have heard his real voice then.
Oh yeah, he would have been like, "Girl, I told you to suck this. What's wrong with you? I told you I'm bad. I'm real bad right now." I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Oh man,
a fly on the wall to hear that. It's woo!
It's real though. Shimon. I think Mike would have been dope in this social media era, man. I think Mike would have been acting a fool in this social media era.
Man, oh my God. Even that 68 years old, because he's the same age as my dad. He's literally the same age as my dad. He was just born a few months earlier than my dad. So I could just, especially how my daddy finally got social media and was sending me pictures. I'm like,
Mike
oh
would
my
be
God.
wild. I think Mike would have let the guards down because now he behind, because he home, he behind the phone. I think he just would have just been saying whatever the hell he wanted to say, man. He would have
dancing, doing all of that. Oh man, it would have been awesome.
He would have been commenting on Britney Spears' crazy ass. Like,
you imagine Michael tweeting at that time? Oh my God! I mean, even though technically MySpace or Twitter was out, and he wasn't really on there because I was on Twitter in 2008. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I mean, but it wasn't what it was yet.
I'm talking about
now, like how
Now,
everything is social media connected,
Oh
Mike would have
man.
been a fool.
And honestly, Mike would have got, because of the way plastic surgery is now, Mike would have had his old face,
He
old
would have went
nose,
and got his
everything.
old. Hey,
He would have got
remember
his
when I
old
left?
face.
Remember I told you to keep it in the freezer? Just put that back on.
Oh man, y'all think Kevin Durant's burner account? Just think of a Michael burner account.
Oh man,
Especially all the jokes and stuff he would have put. Oh,
it would have been an MJ
man.
fan page burner account that he would
Oh
have ran as a burner account.
man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It would have been a Bubbles the
went
Chimp
nuts.
fan page or Bubbles the Chimp Twitter page that he would have just been wilding out on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my man. Oh my goodness. That would have been awesome. But yeah. Yeah,
Bro,
shout out
my
to Antoine
old nose out the
Fuqua,
freezer.
man. Because they were already trying to reconstruct his nose to get it to where it was during almost like that bad, dangerous time. They were already
That's
trying
what
to
to me he should
reconstruct
have.
his love. So
He should have stayed there. It's just like Lil Kim.
Yeah.
Like Kim, you should have that what era was that? Before she just went.
stayed. She should have stayed in
But she shouldn't have touched
1998.
nothing in-
Ladies, she just should have stayed at Ladies Night, Little
Yeah,
Kim.
ladies night, yeah.
But wait, what's funny? Back in the 80s, it was taboo for black people to get plastic surgery. Now
Yeah.
women got BBLs. They
Everything.
getting booty chins. They
Yeah.
talking about
They getting
Mike.
the Michael Jackson booty chin.
Yeah, the girl on I was don't judge me. I was with my friend watching an episode of Baddies, and I was like, that girl got a chin. She was like, oh, she went and got her chin done, so she got the little butt chin. I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? But plastic surgery is all the rave now.
Yeah,
So
it's regular.
man, it's regular now. But back then,
Yeah, I
they
think
would have
MJ would've
3D
worked with
printed his
Kanye.
nose.
I think Kanye and MJ would have worked together.
Oh yeah, almost.
Because you got to think on the History album, he worked with Big.
Yep.
Who else was on that? I don't know why I want to say Shaq.
I think he did.
But
I think
he didn't
he
mind
did.
working with rappers and stuff like that. He didn't
no.
mind that. He was all about. Remember, I mean, he went and got the Bloods and the Crips together. You think he worried about damn?
To tell it, talking to Quincy, he was like, "No, it's just a fad." And I told him, "Did it what? Go be no fad. The hip hop was the future." Man, shut up, Quincy. Shut up, Quincy. Quincy got old. It was like, I'm telling on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren said, "Do you think the Snoop biopic would do good?" I'm gonna just put it out there. Snoop is one of my favorite rap artists, but I'm soured on a lot of Snoop right now. I'm kind of soured on Snoop, but I think it'll do. I think it'll do okay.
Snoop is a big name.
Yeah,
Snoop is a big name. I know a lot of people are soured on Snoop, but Snoop, my favorite is my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I go to LA, I go to speak with his people. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So Snoop is my guy, man. Yeah, he did that the crypto ball or whatever. I get it.
Yeah, I'm not that. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's the Tupac stuff is where I always kind of soured Tupac wasn't really fooling with Snoop. After the whole
no. See, this is why shit gotta be. I see a lot of that going around. Oh, Snoop Pac didn't mess with Snoop like that. That's a damn lie. They had one little outing the day before Pac died, and now Pac didn't fuck with Snoop. No, that ain't how things go, man. Well, you can't go. You can't do it.
I'm talking about as far as like the estate. It's a lot of So there's a lot of stories that Snoop told, that other people have told, that somebody else has told. It just don't be adding up. I'm like, you just too excited about telling this story, Snoop. Are you sure it happened like that?
I hear you on that. I think a lot of stuff back then ain't gonna add up because it was so much going. These is 20-year-old kids, man.
Yeah.
And that's another. Pac died. He was 25, 24, 25.
Yeah, he's 25. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a kid when he died.
Yeah.
Snoop was
they're the same age.
A murder charge. That, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all of that stuff, man. Buntry, all of them, man. it's a lot of cross contaminated stories that I can get into when it comes to that. I think the Snoop biopic, I think it'll be good. Will it do good? I say that I think it'll do enough to make his budget back in a little bit more to be profitable, but I don't think it'll be one of those. Let me I'll take that back. I don't know.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's just as long as a certain somebody stay away from Tupac in the story, I'm straight.
Now we getting, who we getting to play Pac now. You know who we getting to play Pac.
Not Mackie.
We get Anthony Mackie to show back up his Pac. Yes, but look, that's the Captain only Mackie way that we can get it to the top.
No, we not need Captain Tupac to be in this movie.
I think if they do the Snoop biopic, it should just be those that him leaving Death Row. That's where it's to end at.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do some masterpiece. You know what? I don't know, man. It's hard because Snoop done changed so many forms too. You know what I'm saying? He's reinvented himself.
Snoop Lion. The singing Snoop. Remember Snoop? Snoop had an afro. Huh?
You end it.
If I was to end it, it'd end in No Limit. Because then after that, he went on to have his own. He basically leaving Suge Knight, the Snoop Dogg story. You know what I'm saying?
Surviving Suge.
Snoop surviving Suge. You know what I'm saying? So, I personally, I would end it there because that's when we got the Snoop that we know now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I knew him then because hell, I grew up with. As soon as I seen Dr. Dre and Snoop with Deep Cover. As soon as I remember that video debuting.
Oh yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? And then after that,
I liked rap before Deep Cover. I loved rap after Deep Cover. Like Deep Cover made me like that was it for me, man. That was it for me. Deep Cover was it. So, and like I said, I NWA was cool. Ice Cube was dope, but when that Deep Cover dropped, can you feel
on Deep
it?
Cover? Yeah, that beat alone is just fire. That beat was fire. And then follow that up with Nothing But a G Thing came out with Snoop and forget, you know what I'm saying? Dre Day. You know what I'm saying? Album. The Chronic album is a timepiece too. That they're
gonna get Snoop to play Uncle Junebug.
Uncle Junebug. Grandpa say, well, the only person you can do is get Snoop. put him in some makeup.
But I don't know what it'll do. I think it'll be good though. I'm glad that he's getting a biopic.
It's not gonna hit these numbers though.
Nah, it ain't gonna do nothing like this. But that's what I'm saying. If they got to keep the budget modest.
But also, man, I understand that we gotta look past the whole thing with Trump and him going to the inauguration, but a lot of people ain't forgetting that. So he's gonna have to win that audience, some of that audience back, possibly.
We black folks, we fickle, man. We fickle.
I mean,
this is what I would do if I'm Snoop and I'm doing this movie. I don't come out with this movie until Trump is gone.
Personally, I feel you.
I don't do that until Trump is gone.
I endorse whoever the next Democrat is heavy. Mm-hmm. I don't mind heavy. You know what I'm saying? So if it was me, you know what I'm saying?
That's if I was on his team, that's what I would tell him. Hey man, wait, take your time, make this movie. You know what I'm saying? Release it after, and I ain't gonna say get up there. Don't shuck and jive, because that's one thing that I don't like. Whether what side, I don't care if you're doing it for Trump or you're doing it for. I just, what I'm saying.
The shucking and jiving and
shucking and jiving is nasty. That's why. Like when old girl performed for Trump his first time, what's her name?
Erica Clark. Kurt, when she was over there doing the body roll.
Body roll. No, Chrisette Michele, man, and I love Chrisette Michele. Yeah. I didn't cancel Chrisette Michele, man. I'm not under the like I said, man, I don't like throwing us away. I said this last night. I don't like throwing us away.
Yeah.
We got people who have legacies.
Oh, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We should be the ones who control our legacy and our narratives, and it shouldn't be just up to because I went and performed, and it wasn't even at the inauguration. I went and performed at the crypto ball, and it just happened to be so you know what I'm saying, in association with, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get on Snoop, y'all don't get on Rick Ross, y'all don't get on Soldier Boy, and it was somebody else perform. Like Snoop get all the hate for it, which is fine. He the biggest out of all of them. I get it.
Fact.
Chrisette Michelle shouldn't be canceled. She went up there and did her look. Y'all don't even know who Chrisette Michelle was, and y'all wanted to cancel this lady. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Y'all wasn't buying her albums.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. Keep these legacies alive, man. We can talk about it amongst ourselves, but on a bigger front, nah. We gonna let, to me, if I pull Snoop to the side, Snoop, hey, look, man, I ain't really like what you did. You got to make up for it, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep it moving. That's really about it. But canceling,
nah. I you know, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm totally like, you know, but it's just certain things. I'm like, I still bumped his last album. You know what I'm saying? It's
which is
like
one of his better albums he done came up with in a minute.
Yeah, because that Dre album was not it. But you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Dre
go back and listen to Missionary,
like
man. Go back and listen to Missionary.
I did not like it.
Go back. It's like, I think Missionary has aged better than what it is, man.
You know what you got me bumping? That quick flip. That's when I'm bumping. Oh, that's hard. That's hard. Boy, that's hard. You know what I mean? Now that, yeah. That other stuff, nah, it don't sound like it. Quick flip sound better than that. I'm sorry. That mug is hard. But yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. Not Chrisette Michelle, sponsored by Tasty Cakes. Y'all are wild, boy. Y'all are wild.
Oh, that's crazy.
He said, "Is Missionary better than Light Years?"
Light Years. No, I wouldn't say it's better. I think, like, yeah, there is no clean, and that's the thing. And when he said that, I was like, that's true. You living in America, there is no clean money. Ain't no clean money.
Hell, so Michael Franzese said that he talked to somebody that was trying to get the Victory Tour. Said, "Hey, we gonna be a part of the Victory Tour." He was like, "Huh? Yeah, we gonna be a part of the Victory Tour. We gonna be so you need to go do this, or there's no Victory Tour." So there's no clean money. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
D says, I'm pretty sure he was. I'm pretty, because he thinks he's on the right side of history. You know what I'm saying? And there are no second chances with people like that.
No,
like somebody like like him. I ain't even gonna call his I'll call his name. Anybody like Ernie Blurred Without Fear. They not giving you the, you know what I'm saying? Soon as you fall, if you mess around and trip on the right side of the line, but end up falling on the wrong side of the line, they gonna push you out the way and say, "Oh, now how did you end up over there?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and they not gonna try to get you back. They not gonna try to course correct you. They not gonna try to educate you. They just gonna talk shit and try to make you feel bad and talk down upon you. And that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then block you.
And then and then block you.
And then block you. So I don't have to talk to you ever again. Well, D-Stizzle. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I don't know.
I don't know how to answer that because my credit score is white.
I mean, they think I'm a white feminist, but you know, I'm just. But see, you know, anybody like that. Let's just be honest. All jokes aside, anybody like that is no better than the other side because they're trying to stop somebody for expressing their own views. So we're supposed to live in a country, in a free country, where you have the right to free speech. Even though I might not jive with, that political party or this political party or whatever, you still have the right to that political party. And we supposed to come to a common ground. That's why I always talk about bipartisan. Someone like Ernie can never be about bipartisan because he thinks he's right. And people who think they're right are wrong. You know what I mean? They're wrong.
People think they're right or wrong. We put that on a t-shirt. People think they're right or wrong.
Everybody who just thinks they're just right. I'm right. You're not. No, you're not. Because there's nuances to being right. There's nuances to facts. Put it more like this.
Yeah.
There's nuances to facts, right? And based on how what the facts are, then you can make a determination, not narratives, but factual information. What does the data say? What does the facts say? Here it is. I can't make up something and make up a narrative and then say, well, I'm on the right side. I'm on the right side. And because you're over here, I don't like you. And I'm going to cancel you. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But then get mad when we're trying to cancel people when they feel like that side is shoving certain agendas down people's mouths. What point you can't have one or the other? You can't have one or the other. You can't say, I don't like what you're doing, so I'm going to cancel you, but don't cancel me because you feel like I'm shoving something down your throat. No diddy. You know what I mean? So
it's
the same stuff. It's on the opposite side.
Just on the opposite side.
Whatever. Cornball. You know what I mean? Dude's a cornball, man. I don't care if y'all clip it, send it to him, inbox him, send him a pigeon message. I don't like you, Ernie. I don't.
Ernie, you know what? Ernie needed a Joe Jackson.
That's who he needed. You know what I'm saying? But no, there's no man in his life that ever did anything for him. So
right, that's right. No black man.
I don't like you, Joe. Leave my glasses on. I hate you, Joe. I want to live with my mother.
Joe would have been like, what's that hanging out your nose? The second ring.
Could you imagine Ernie, come over here. Come over here, son. I will beat your ass if you come over here talking all that stuff. Matter of fact, let me just get my belt. I'm sick of this. Get in there. Get in there. You got the scepter ring. Get in there. Ernest.
Ernie.
I don't like Ernie. I don't care what y'all say, if y'all like it or not. I do understand what he is as far as the comic book community. Still don't like the dude. It don't have to. And don't give a God, every time I bring that, every time he comes up, the spirit of Joe Jackson is on me.
Oh, Ernestine. That what it is. So, he should be called Ernestine the Blur Without Fear because he ain't nothing but a little white woman. That's all he is.
I ain't gonna tell. All right, that's you know what? I'm not about to do it.
Let's keep it moving, man.
Let's keep it moving.
We didn't talk enough about Mike, man. Let's keep it moving.
We done talked almost 2 hours, 145 minutes.
I wanted to bring up before we get it, because I know we got to get into Marvel or not, but I had wanted to bring up the Lantern. What's surrounding Lanterns. I seen people talking about the trailer being taken down. A lot of grifters jumped on that. It's this one dude, man. 4KO. You ever heard of him? Man, black dude. I think he's from Louisiana or Baton Rouge. I want to say Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I started off watching him, but he's just now. The grift is just evident.
The grift. Once you get a taste of that money, that grift, boy.
It's just evident. And I'm like, man, ain't no way. Well, he's also
is he on YouTube? I'm about to say, is he on YouTube?
Yeah, black guy.
Okay.
Let me see what I think it's 4KO. Yeah, the 4KO. That's what it's called.
Just another grifter.
And I thought he was cool. It's like every time I find somebody who I think cool,
the grift, boy.
They prove me wrong. The grift is real.
I talked to somebody about the Snyder Cut. They was like, I got my job.
Mm.
he was like, oh, I wish they would have stuck with the Snyderverse or whatever. And he was going on and on. I was like, then why didn't y'all go and show up for Aquaman and the Seven Kingdoms or whatever that, I said, what happened to the Flash? I was like, what happened to Black Adam? What happened to Shazam Fury of Gods? I said, the problem is that, yes, this Zack Snyder, his version, I liked the Snyder cut. But that's not the definitive. When you're in business, you can't give me something that makes a little bit of money and then give me some duds, and I got to keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's what it is business. I was like, nobody came out for the Flash for real. Not how they came out for Wonder Woman. I was like, what happened to Wonder Woman 1984? Why y'all didn't make that another $1 billion franchise? I was like, y'all want something, but then ignore all the other stuff,
things that could get you what you need or what you want. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he was, he trying to say that, oh, they over there panicking at DC because that's the reason why they took the Lanterns thing. Yeah, it's because of an uncleared song. And guess who also had an uncleared song back in the day? They had to take his trailer down? Zack Snyder. I don't know if y'all remember that, but Zack Snyder, they took his trailer down. It's dark in there, man. You all right? You good?
Yeah, I just hit my light.
But they had to take Zack Snyder's trailer down as well. Like, they be so quick to try to jump on Jimmy Gunn, you know what I'm saying? And try to make it seem like everything that they're over there doing is wrong or not in the right direction. I would love to get in a time machine and hear what people talked about when it came to Marvel when Marvel first started off. Because Marvel, like James Gunn is doing the same thing that Marvel did.
Yep. They just canceled. He just canceled the Authority.
The Authority.
Yeah, the Authority, because it was like, it's too much like The Boys. The Boys are already doing that, and I don't want, if it's not as good as The Boys or it's a copycat, why would they watch that? You know, so he's doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, not because I'm like Superman. It'll be two Superman. Well, Superman, Supergirl.
Yeah.
Which to me is just the same damn movie. It's still, you know what I'm saying? It's still a Superman movie. But Marvel did the same thing. You had 2 Iron Mans before you got anything going for it with the MCU. Well, I guess Supergirl will be the Hulk for what Marvel did. But out of the main things that's really popping, it was 2 Iron Man movies first. We're gonna get 2 Superman movies first before we get a Batman or Wonder Woman out of the, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's doing the same thing that Marvel did. Now, will it work? I don't know. Give this man some grace. Give those people some grace, because it's not just it's not just James Gunn. Peter Safran is he gotta say so too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And it ain't just Jimmy
like
Gunn,
Peter
it's Peter
Safran
Safran.
just don't do nothing over there. He ain't just a money man. You know what I'm saying? He's a producer himself. This is what he does. So then it came out, the ad that came out that said one ring, only one can wear this ring or something like that. And I'm like, y'all really don't. Y'all are mad at the lanterns, and I'm like, y'all really don't know the Green Lantern lore whatsoever. All y'all know is, oh, they're in space. They're supposed to be in space and green. That's all y'all know. And it's like, I can tell y'all have never read like a Green Lantern comic, don't know nothing about John Stewart or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to be
They
green.
shared a ring. I don't know if y'all know that. They shared a ring. When John Stewart first appeared, came out.
Man, my man didn't even get his own ring.
He didn't get his own
racist.
ring.
That's racist as hell, boy. I swear.
If Hal Jordan got knocked out or incapacitated or something, that ring would then go over to John Stewart. He was the backup. He was the backup.
Boy, that's a cold piece of work, boy.
But that's what it was. So it's crazy that all of these so-called comic gurus and act like they know the lore, or say, oh, y'all don't know the lore. Why is it not great? How are they supposed to be space cops? Y'all don't know jack shit. And that's that. I don't like shit like that. Y'all over here grifting. Y'all don't even know what the hell y'all grifting about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy to me, man. Like, learn some shit, man. Like, and then I said, him, who's the other Shine comic? Like, these dudes, man.
I told you. I mean, I should start when he was going. I looked on X, and I was like, "Who's this dude going after Ernie so bad?" And then I started reading this stuff about Rip Rivala. He wanted old boy with the flat top, fat fluffy with the flat top. I ain't heard from him in a while. Recast T'Challa. Yeah, that's what we gonna do. What we gonna recast T'Challa? What happened to him? Where's that at? I ain't seen him in a while.
They keep trying to jump on these like with him anyway. I think he was trying to jump on something.
Yep.
That's a real grift. Like you trying to jump on some type of and you wasn't even down. Like you not down. You don't care. Let me not say you wasn't down. You didn't care.
I ain't seen him. Well,
you didn't care.
Me too. He blocked me too. So
he blocked you too.
He blocked me too. Right when I was about to expose the grift, he blocked me.
Yeah, he a grifter. But yeah, I just wanted to speak on that, man, and get your thoughts on what you think. Did you see the Lanterns poster?
I didn't. I still ain't. I still haven't seen it. Pull it up. For me so I can see.
It's this one, yeah. Only one could wear the ring. I mean, it ain't nothing major.
Right.
But it's just, you know what I'm saying? They saw this and
about him and lost their mind because they needed something to grift to.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it is. It just needed something to grift to.
Yeah. And if you don't like the trailer, you don't like the trailer. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I guess the whole, like even them taking what the director said out of his little joke about the green situation. You know what I'm saying? We took Green Lanterns out because we weren't gonna put green in it. So y'all really took that because he was joking the whole time about it with the other guy. And y'all tried to run with that and say, see, he's a dumbass. He don't even know that the Green Lantern's supposed to be green. I was like, you know what?
Oh my God.
Let me block myself from y'all.
Like, yeah, I can't stand these people. I can't stand these people.
Oh man, what's still to say? I know me some Green Lantern comments. That trailer ain't it. I need more than a Jellystone Park murder mystery. I feel that. And I understand people wanting the space cop being in space. I get it. But from day one, he said this is gonna be what this is gonna be what it is. Like he never misled. They acting like they was misled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy told you exactly what this movie was gonna be a long time ago.
Yeah. But that's my little spiel when it comes to DC because it's other than the Authority, him not doing the Authority. We got the Clayface trailer, which looks good. I told Darius, I said, hey, don't sleep on Clayface, man. Y'all keep trying to. I said
if they make this a horror movie, this is going to be dope. And it was because I think it was was a Batman animated that came. Was that on HBO Max or whatever? And they had Clayface. It was like a horror story for Clayface. I was like, that's what they need to do. That trailer for Clayface was dope. It was dope to me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of talking. It was just the horror. Horror. So,
and in all honesty, because you said this movie is the first chronologically of what's going on with the DCU. So this happens before Creature Commandos and it happens before Superman.
Yeah.
I think somebody shows up in this, man.
You think Clayface shows up in this?
Huh?
Did Clayface shows up in this?
No, I'm saying I think somebody significant shows up in Clayface.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a Batman, maybe something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we kind of got a shadow of a Batman in Creature Commandos. There is a Batman. There is a Batman in this universe. They just have to cast who the Batman is, which I would just say get Robert Pattinson's Batman so you don't confuse your audience.
And I'm more leaning towards that might happen. I don't necessarily want to happen because I don't like Robert Pattinson's Batman. too much.
You don't like the
But,
Matt Reeves Batman?
I don't. I really don't. Not. I don't think it's like horrible or anything like that. But that Ben Affleck Batman just got me, man. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I like my man Ben.
yeah, that Ben Affleck Batman. If I can get a mix of those two some type of way, I'll be good. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think somebody shows up. I don't think it's just gonna be a standalone Clayface movie. I don't, whether it's another villain or something. I think we're gonna get a couple of Easter eggs and maybe some people introduced in Clayface. Because why not?
Why
not? You know. What else is supposed to be coming? Supergirl. I'm hearing good things about Supergirl.
I think Supergirl is gonna be a sleeper, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a sleeper too. I think it'll have legs. I think it'll get 500, 550, something like that. That's what I'm looking at for Supergirl.
Slightly under Man of Steel. I mean,
yeah, slightly under Man of Steel. But who knows if it's good?
Superman.
Yeah, if it's good though, it can shit. It could be. I mean, I didn't think Captain Marvel would do what it did. Right?
Captain Marvel's a $1 billion movie. All they gotta say is Michael Jackson will return and Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and black folks will show up and show out.
Black folks will show up. But yeah, now I think once this sale officially happens, I think and the dust settles, I think James Gunn and Peter Safran can actually push out what they need to push out. You know what I'm saying? Because right now it's kind of shaky over there. The certainty is gone, getting new management, new people coming in. I'm pretty sure.
There's a lot going on in that company.
Yes,
right now.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm surprised that deal actually went through, man. It was a hostile takeover. That's literally Zaslav didn't want to sell it.
Nope. I seen that came off. It was like he didn't want to sell it.
Didn't want to sell it. But since they made since they tried to buy it, now he got to take it to the board. He got to take it to the shareholders. Yep.
That's crazy.
But
that's crazy. Well, what else did you I knew you were talking about Moon Knight will return and Michael Jackson too. What was going on the MCU front?
I just saw the rumor that Moon Knight might be coming back because of this what is it with Blade and all of them.
Is Blade actually showing up in Midnight Suns?
What
are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
To me, it's just a rumor. To me, the whole Oscar Isaac coming back is just a rumor. I don't think he is. I don't see a place for him, honestly. I don't see a place for a lot of stuff that we talk about when it comes to the MCU. Moon Knight and having a Blade. I don't see a place for Blade.
Unless they literally do unless we have to introduce these characters. I mean, we introduce Mephisto. You got to introduce that dark side, the vampire side. You got to have that part of this universe. You know what they did? Have vampires and all of that in one of the goofiest television shows that they produced, which was She-Hulk. And they made it a joke. Instead of having the momentum that you have with Werewolf by Night, you made everything else a joke. So it doesn't even matter.
True. And the reason why I say I don't see a place for a lot of these things with look at what they're doing right with Doomsday. They're basically saying, hey, these last 5 years, these last couple of things that we did from Endgame up until now, we just gonna cast them to the side. We're gonna retcon all of that stuff. So
yeah, it don't even matter.
Yeah, right. So where would Moon Knight, where would Blade, where would any of this stuff fit at in the MCU? Then after we retcon it, I guess we're gonna concentrate on the X-Men stories. Where is Blade gonna fit at, and where, you know what I'm saying, where are all these things gonna fit? And to me, I don't, because it seems like Kevin Feige and the powers that be, they only believe in Avengers. They only believe in Avengers. They're only gonna put money, time, and effort into Avengers. They've given up on all the other stuff.
That's stupid.
And it is stupid because the reason why a lot of those things failed is because you put the wrong people in charge of whatever that project was.
Exactly.
That person who was in charge of whatever that project was didn't care, didn't know, and they just wanted to do what they wanted to do, and you okayed that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, that's the bad part about it. You okayed some slop, some trash. And now you're like, you know what? I know where to get them back in the box office. Let's just redo the Avengers again. Let's just do another Avengers story. And it's like, damn, dog. Like, y'all can ain't nothing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let's go get the Russos back. Let's go get RDJ and let's just do another Avengers movie. So the past 5 years just didn't matter like that. That's bad. That means there's really no to me, ain't no talent over it. You know what I'm saying? Like Feige and I ain't gonna say the Russos ain't talented, but they're coming in off of to me, what I see this is lazy. It's ambitious, but it's lazy at the same time. To me, Doomsday and Secret Wars is lazy but ambitious at the same time. So,
I mean, they wanted to do Secret Wars. They said the only film they will come back for was Secret Wars. They had that opportunity, you know, once they were trying. I told y'all when they were trying to no limit this mug and try to get people you ain't never heard of, you know, let's get this guy a show. Let's get this guy a show. Let's get this person a show. And not the people that you're telling us to invest into. That's the problem. So
they, because it really showed when they made Sam Captain America, and then what Feige came back saying, well, it didn't do good because we didn't have the real Captain America in it. Like, how much of that is a slap in the face to Anthony Mackie and Sam, you know, and the character that he's playing? That's a big slap in the face.
It's just like if you come on set and be like, man, he ain't Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to go see him because he ain't Tupac. That's a slap in the face. That's Tupac right there.
Gent say, what's the other option? Kang Dynasty would have been I don't think Kang Dynasty would have been trash. Because if they're put the same time, it's because it would have been an Avengers movie, so they would have put the time and effort in, but at least they would have been branching the story out. Like, we're now bringing the story back into what we already know, or what, you know what I'm saying, what the old Avengers situation is. No matter what, that's what we're doing. We're basically bringing it back in-game style, because the only way we win is this. You know
right, to bring everybody together from all. He's a multiversal threat. We get people from all the multiverse, and we bring them in. And it's a way they could have done it. But I mean, but like I said, it was before Jonathan even got into his situation. That was the excuse. But they were trying to do that way before that. Variety already said they was trying to bring back the old Avengers.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this, and me and Tina talked about it. Feige lied. He sat up there on that stage with them Russos and lied about him knocking on Robert Downey Jr.'s door back.
He already had a handshake deal with him anyway.
I don't think so.
Deal. I think they did. And the reason why is it goes back to that. It's a Variety article that I read. It was, 2.5 years ago when they were talking about bringing all the old Avengers back. And I made a video about it. Was like, I called it the old Avengers. I'm like, why would we want an older Avengers crew when you already developing all these other characters, you know what I'm saying, to be our new Avengers? And they were talking about bringing them back then. They didn't say how they were going to bring them back. They were talking about bringing them back then. So now we fast forward to the Jonathan Major stuff and what happened, and then that other Variety article was like, well, in Palmdale or whatever they was at, we had this meeting. Nah, y'all already knew this. And this was Jonathan Majors was the excuse to be like, well, because our star got in trouble, and why I had my tinfoil hat on, be like, she did this on purpose. She did it on purpose.
I did say that with Tina. I said maybe Dre was right. Maybe his conspiracy theory about her doing that on purpose was right, so he can move Jonathan Majors out of the way.
Out of the way, so he can.
I still, whether, not saying that you're wrong, the way the timeline doesn't add up with what he said is all I'm saying. Like,
Are you
the
talking about
timeline just on it.
what Feige said,
Yeah,
or
what Feige said when what was that at what convention just happened?
CinemaCon?
CinemaCon. Yeah, at CinemaCon. The Avengers lineup would have been trashed, but this way we get X-Men and RDJ back. We don't need. I'm gonna tell you this. I watched every X-Men movie. We don't need the X-Men back. They could have stayed right over there in the
You want to
death
keep
of
them
Fox,
over there in
whatever.
Fox?
Yeah, they could have stayed right over there, and we didn't need RDJ back. We didn't need him back. We had put RDJ's character to bed. He died. Cool. Everybody grieved. Moved on. Kang Dynasty could have, like I said, could have branched off. We could have got X-Men still, but we don't need the Fox X-Men. We could have got new X-Men to come in. Kang is a part of the X-Men lore. He was Ramatut. Ramatut and Apocalypse were beefing back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Back when he was in Sabanor. Like, it's even the Fantastic Four was part of that. They could have brought the X-Men Fantastic Four all in the same way with the Kang Dynasty. They could have did all of that. And now now we finna get a convoluted time runs out story, and then it's gonna go into Secret War. So
I'm still trying to find where I had that old Avengers video that I did. But like I said, it to me, they were already set up to do this. They were already set up to do this. And like I said, to me, it was just easier to get this whole thing out the way with Jonathan, to be like, Jonathan got in trouble. You go read. I said, when you read that article, they're putting all the problems on what happened on one dude. And I'm like, that
was most definitely a hit piece.
Yeah, it was a hit piece on purpose. So when you pivot, you like, well, I mean, we were already having problems. So now that we pivot, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
But Jerns, we still could have had the Avengers. We'd have just been missing one. We just would have been missing Iron Man. That's it. They could have brought Chris Evans back as a young Chris Evans. They could have had two Chris Evans running around, because we dealing with time. We dealing with time, different, you know what I'm saying? Different points in time. Or it could have just been an old Cap. Old Cap kicked ass when he was old Cap, and time runs out and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But you could have kept the Avengers intact. Only thing missing was Iron Man. You still would have had your Hulk. You still would have had your Hawkeye. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and Black Widow. We've been missing two. Other than that, we would have still had what we would have had. If they would have recast T'Challa, we would have got T'Challa. We would have had T'Challa as the leader, or a big piece, big part of the Avengers. Carol as a big role, and Spider-Man as a big role, because that's what they wanted to push anyway. You know what I'm saying? So Kamala Khan, we wouldn't have had Kamala in that. We wouldn't have had Kamala in that.
Just Kamala. Not anything against Kamala Khan, but
they don't like Kamala, boy. For some reason, they don't like Kamala. Kamala, if used right, is dope. If she's used wrong, and that's any character, just got to use them right. Shang-Chi is good by me. The others are whatever. Shang-Chi played a big role in Time Runs Out. Is he gonna play a big role in this version? Probably not.
Nope. Not at all. And the reason why is because this is a convoluted story, like you said. This is not a story. When you look at a story, this doesn't fit the mold of something that we've been building up to. Now I got to get excited about. I'm just being honest. It's not that, because there's so much other stuff that we're skipping over because they were too afraid. They're too afraid
They
to
scared.
build up these characters like they should have. They should just build up the characters, but they was too afraid to build new characters. So, and then be like, well, why nobody want to watch our movies? I mean, they're doing a better job now, slowing things down, making a better product. Because I mean, hell, Daredevil right now is a way better product than
but
it
didn't chart
was
neither.
last
It
year.
didn't chart on the Nielsen.
It still didn't chart, even though it's a way better product.
Yeah, way better, because that first season I did not like. That first season,
Yeah.
Daredevil Born Again first season I did not like it, but this season 2 is
Yeah,
that's
and
like
I can understand why people didn't like. It was once you seen the people from Netflix jump on board, and you could tell where they jumped on board at. That's where it got good. Other than that, yeah.
when we started doubting the Russos. I look, man, Blue right here. I don't know about Dre, everybody else. If you watch everybody else who we kick it with, me, I've always kicked the Russos back in. That's just, you know what I'm saying? And it's not because of the work that they do at Marvel. I think they do good work at Marvel, but I've followed the Russos' career outside of Marvel. It's not a stellar. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just the Russos. I'm just jaded on Marvel overall. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the Russos are 4-0 over here. They do a better. They've probably done the best job outside of Joss Whedon, I would say. Yeah, matter of fact,
and Jimmy Gunn.
Well, he got his own side. I'm talking about because Whedon did the Avengers. Russos do Avengers movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying now.
So, yeah, I would say he's the bigger, or they're the bigger draw, and they mean a lot. I would say if Feige left, which I would love for him to just like come out tomorrow and be like, "Hey, I'm stepping down."
He ain't. He was like, "I'm here for 30 years."
I would say figure out a way to put the Russos in as a regular chain of command type situation, like they are in the creative collective. You know what I'm saying? Not just in as directors, in and out, but being actually part of Marvel. I think that would be dope because they are dope directors, and I do think they do a good job. So I'm not bad on the Russos, but I'm just kicking everything. If Feige touched it, I'm gonna kick his back in. Since Feige is in cahoots with the Russos, I'm kicking they just getting it by proximity. Just by proximity. You know what I'm saying? That's all. As soon as Feige go, you're gonna see me running up and down the streets dancing, dog. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna do the body roll?
What? I'm a body roll from here to Kansas City and back. I'm trying to tell you.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
He ain't going. How long did Kathleen Kennedy stay over there at the whatchamacallit brand? At Star Wars brand before she left.
I think she's been there since Disney took it over, right?
So Feige ain't going nowhere.
But he said he plans on stepping down next year, though. He did say that.
Oh yeah.
He did.
And I plan on being a million. I plan on being a millionaire by next year.
I'm just saying. He said he was gonna step down. Who would take his spot? A lot of people think James Gunn will come over and take his spot.
I doubt it.
That's what a lot of people been saying. I would love for I would love for like a comic book nerd to just take over.
A actual comic book fan that actually knows it's Reginald Hunlin.
But somebody who also understands how Hollywood works.
Oh, yeah, Reginald Hunlin.
Yeah, Reginald Hunlin. Yeah.
But he would never do it because they don't want to put that much power in that man.
Nah.
So they would never do that. So I don't know. I had this video and now I can't find it. Oh well.
It all makes sense why there's no new Avengers film doing phases 4 through 5. No Russos or Whedon available Feige stuff. Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, I think, and I just be sounding like the biggest Feige hater, man. And
I mean, I didn't say it.
If the shoe fits, right? The thing is, man, people gave Feige a pass. Oh, he didn't have power. Remember when what was the other Bob Chapek? Not
Bob
Bob Chapek.
Chapek. When
What was
Chapek
the
was
other?
in office.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
Chapek
Chapek.
took his power. He didn't have the power no more. Yada yada. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, to me, if somebody's saying, hey, look, it's content over quality, I'm still gonna try to give you the best quality I can. You know what I'm saying? Whatever up to this point. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. So I just, when I look at that time period from after Endgame up until now, I'm like, Feige, you really were you not in the office? Like, where were you? You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like to me. Like, where were you in the whole big scheme of things? Because it don't seem like you was in the office. Don't seem like you was checking in with nobody. Don't seem like nobody checked in with you. You know what I'm saying? It don't, because She-Hulk came out, Secret Invasion came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this Wakanda, what was it? The Eyes of Wakanda, like
Eyes of Wakanda, yeah.
stuff came out, like stuff that wasn't needed. You gave us 3 seasons of What If. Why?
They connected to nothing.
Why did you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why? That could have been used into giving us some real X-Men 97, some Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
Something.
Like, that time could have been used to doing that. Like, and no, it's not. It's on Feige, man. See, here go another one why y'all trying to give excuses to Feige? It's on Disney, not Feige. It's on Feige. He runs Marvel.
They about to beat you up.
I don't care. Look, man. Feige runs Marvel. He's the CEO and the COO.
There it is.
No, the CCO, which is the Chief Creative Officer as well. It's his job.
Did I put
whether he wanted to do the Disney Plus stuff or not? When you go to work, it's a lot of things you don't want to do, right? When you at work and you got a boss, it's a lot of things you don't want to do. They put it on your plate. You as an executive, you as a boss now have to make sure it happens. And you do the best you can. Hey, we got the Disney Plus stuff. Hey, I don't want to do. Then guess what? You delegate. Feige says, all right, I'm going to hire a Disney Plus guy to do some Marvel shit for me. Did he do that? No.
He did do that. No, okay, so we're just, so with the Disney Plus stuff now, what's his name is now over.
Wonder Bomb now. That wasn't back. I'm talking about when it first started.
Back then, yeah. Well, I mean, you got to learn. Sometimes you got to fall.
Sometimes you got to fall.
So you got to fall, man, so you can learn how to get up.
And Wonder Bomb probably came in and just kind of took that spot, though. I don't think he was appointed that spot. He probably just took it because it was not a spot. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to just, hey, man, I'll just run this for you, okay? I see you. Probably like, all right. Somebody, it ain't Feige's fault. It is his fault, man. Make that shit happen. Yeah, the CEO, the CCO. Yeah, he's man, come on now. Look at what that job is. Tell him these still like he is the guy. Ain't nobody really. He answers to nobody but the head guy of Disney. He don't answer to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody else above him but one guy. He is the man. Feige wasn't like this during phase 1. Why? Because he wasn't in charge of everything like he is now. Yeah, he sucks as an executive, as a leader. Like that. These things, you see where I'm coming from. He is not a good leader. He's not. He don't know how to delegate. He don't know how to do none of that. When it's just one thing on his plate, he fine. He fine. He let Victoria Alonso make movies under him that ain't got shit to do with Marvel. Like, what you was doing the whole life? What you doing?
That's funny.
Doing, man?
I told you they was running that mug like No Limit.
But guess what? Every all them No Limits was either gold or platinum.
Nah, you remember that time where like Little Italy and people you ain't never heard of.
But did Little
Mr.
Italy drop?
Yes, and Mr. Marcello from the ghetto, and
Mr.
yeah,
Marcelo.
yeah, exactly. Now you think about like, oh man, yeah, you're right.
No Limit would take a whole 2-page ad out in the Source magazine with coming soon.
It coming soon. Hey, I said some of them didn't even get. I didn't even get it. Where my full blooded at? You know, my house from Gertown. I'm still waiting for that album to drop. You know, Down South Hustlers 3.
What was it? Baby Soldiers?
Yeah, Little Soldiers. They
Little
came out.
Soldiers, whatever.
Yeah, Little Soldiers came out.
Did Little Soldiers come out?
Yes, they did. It's
Oh,
probably one of
man.
the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
He
And
said
their
that
kids, Mercedes did drop.
See, yeah, Dre
Mercedes
said
dropped.
I never saw the Mercedes album.
I had the album. I had
never
the
saw it.
CD.
Never saw it. but
We
I
all got
believe it
that
did
CD
drop.
for one reason and one reason only.
That's it. Just for the cover.
Yeah, for the cover. The rest of that
for the
was
cover.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
But Jerns, remember when Disney Plus dropped, there was no content. Like Marvel didn't.
It really wasn't.
It was The Mandalorian was like the only thing on there.
There was
for like a while. We didn't get WandaVision, and when did it? Because that happened the beginning of the year.
I believe
WandaVision?
so.
I want to say that came out like January. But Mandalorian, I think they was on like season 2 of Mandalorian by then, right? Let me see.
Yeah, don't give me the line.
Let me see when WandaVision came out. See what year that was. Season 1 came out November 12th, 2019. And yeah, WandaVision didn't come out till 2021 of January. So it was like a whole year and a half. Yeah, it was like a whole damn near 2 years before WandaVision came out. Mandalorian held it down. So yeah. So that argument don't work with me, brother. The argument don't work. But I feel y'all. I mean, take up for him, man. He's a guy. I get it.
I just want good content. That's all I
want
care.
good content.
I
But
just want good
Feige's
content.
not the guy to give you the good content. He's not.
Feige, one day you're gonna wake up.
He gonna be at the door knocking.
Hey, what's up? I heard you was talking crazy.
Let's run the fade. We got to run the fade. You were talking too much.
Hey, he gonna do you like that old man on Nutty Professor too. He said, "Come on now, yeah, I'm tired of this shit." When he had his shirt off, he said, "Put your shirt back on." That's exactly how you gonna do it.
Hey, you blue?
He said,
yeah, I'm blue. What's up, man? Hey, we gotta run this fade, man.
Yeah,
where's Armor Wars? Like that. It's a lot of easy stuff that they could have done to get a couple of base hits and home runs that they didn't do. I think Armor Wars would have been one. If they would have let me do Secret Invasion, I think that would have been a home run.
I mean, a blind monkey could have did Secret Invasion better than whatever that they did on that.
I think they should give me a season 2 of She-Hulk to wipe the nasty taste out of my mouth for that first season. You know what I'm saying?
I just went back to all my videos to find one video and seen all that She-Hulk stuff. Like, oh, that movie, that show was not my
Feige is the only guy who greenlit a Wonder Man, show. Like,
but I will give him this. So it wasn't a bad movie at all. you know, for 9/10 of the movie, it had nothing to do with
It's not a superhero show.
yeah, it's not a superhero show, which I think it works in his benefit because of the story they were trying to tell. For the story that they were trying to tell, it works in his benefit. I will give
What
that.
was the story they was trying to tell? Help me out.
About an actor with superpowers, man, with an old white British dude. You know what I'm saying? Trying to set him up. Sounds like a good show to me.
An actor with superpowers. Okay.
Yeah, with an old British dude trying to set him up and befriending him or whatever, and he finds out the old British dude was lying this whole time, and he want to use his superpower, but he can't to slap the old British dude. But the old British dude has to change of heart. They said, "I'll take the fall for you, Mr. Black Man."
Mr. Black Man. Simone Quantrell Williams. I'll take the fall for you.
Then the old British dude gets locked up, and the black man bail him out. sounds like ebony and ivory to me.
Simon Quantrellian Williams.
Nah, he Haitian. You gotta have a French middle name.
It's Simone.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I. Yeah, I never said I like Wonder. That's blue that you got a problem. I like Wonder Man. I like Wonder Man. I'm just giving you the synopsis, the basic synopsis, because that's exactly what happened.
That show could have stayed.
It was a good show though. It was actually really good.
It could have stayed.
That's sad that we don't talk about Ironheart. And Ironheart got one of the biggest cliffhangers. But again, this is what happens when you get Spider-Man Ironheart story and Ironheart Spider-Man story. That's what happens. Yep. And Ironheart was a good show. It was a really good show.
See, I knew it. This is all y'all care. This is why I'd say that the show wasn't good. That's it. This is why the show wasn't good. Because the only superheroing part or the only part with powers or whatever that had something to do with comic that everybody loved. Everybody loved. Don't nobody talk about the episode with him and his girlfriend and he got mad and blew the apartment
roof off?
Yeah, don't nobody talk about that episode, right? Well, know why? Because it didn't fucking matter. Don't nobody care about that shit. It don't matter.
I mean, I cared. I just forgot about it. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot about a lot of stuff.
Right, you forgot about it.
But I forgot about a lot of stuff because, man, I got like 18 people want me to watch everything under the sun. I'm like, I can't watch all of that. I can only watch what I can watch. But it ain't as good as The Boys, but you know.
The Boys kicking behind. Why did they cancel Gen V though?
I don't know.
That story ain't finished yet. It ain't, or at least to me, it's not finished. I don't know why they would cancel that.
I mean, but we're on the end. We're at season the final season of whatchamacallit right now. So The Boys. So
yeah.
So
Gen V was dope. I actually like Gen V a little bit more than I like The Boys.
I think the whole thing. I didn't have no problem. I mean, they were branching off Old Girl anyway. So, excuse me.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have no problem with it. I like it. I like it a lot. But
it was Boo Boo. You know, Feige had his hand in now. Let me quit.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm ready to wrap it up. Because
yeah, I see you over there yawning.
Yeah, no, I'm over here. I done got too comfortable in this chair.
You can wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm a West Coast Avengers guy, like a mofo. Yeah, but that was not Simon Williams from the West Coast Avengers. That was Simone Quantrellius Williams from the West Side Pyru. That's what that was. Like, I don't know what that was. Yeah, I watch Invincible. Invincible is
and I still need to watch season 3 and season 4.
That's how you do an animated show, man. That's based on the comic book. They kicking behind right now. They really doing it. They really doing it.
I need to watch season 3 and season 4. That's where I messed up at. I didn't watch that. So
jump into it, man. They halfway
I watched
through.
season 1 and 2. I watched season 1, season 2. I didn't watch season 3 and season 4.
They halfway through the comics right now, so you got time to jump in. He say
I
he's
know.
trying to do nine to 10 seasons, probably be 9, and that should encompass all of the comics.
The comics. I know Optimus Prime and Megatron was on season 4, so yeah. Anyway, I'm looking for the next episode of Tupac starring Anthony Mackie. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm waiting on. But now, what do you got coming up, Blue? So we could wrap this thing up. I still gotta cook.
Right. I took out some ribs that I ain't gonna be able to get to till tomorrow. Shit, just blues news, man. I don't know what I'm talking about tomorrow. But blues news, man. This movie, because that's why I came at 9, man. Still shooting these damn scenes. But yeah, just blues news. Blues news. I do got some videos that I'm editing. Because I'm trying to get this Cyclops versus Batman video done. Really trying to get that done because y'all got to put some respect on Cyclops, man. Old Scott Summers, because I don't think y'all know that he would whoop Batman ass, like, just for real. He would.
Man, you just talked about Feige. Now you talking about Batman getting his ass whooped by Cyclops.
I'm just letting you know, man.
We trying to grow the channel, man.
We trying to grow
the channel, dude. Not saying he couldn't. I'm not saying he couldn't. But man. Nah, Cyclops ain't weak.
Cyclops ain't weak. See, where'd you get Cyclops weak from? That's why I got to do the video.
He got to do the video. Because Cyclops ain't weak at all.
Cyclops weak. Cyclops got hands, man.
Man, Cyclops took over.
Cyclops been fighting since a kid. Y'all act like Cyclops ain't him. It's the real mutant messiah right there, man.
Because we're going off, because a lot of people are going off of the Cyclops from the either the animated series or in live action, and not the actual comic book Cyclops.
Yeah. Cyclops do work, man.
Yeah,
but let's get about it, man. What you got coming?
I don't know. Some chicken, if I could get in there and cook it. So I got coming up. I think I might do exposing the grift. You know what I'm saying? Birdman dropped a video. He did a really good video on the red versus blue theory that I would tell anybody, go check that out. Go check that out. You know what I mean? So did a really good job. So yeah, that's probably gonna be tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sleepy now. I don't know if the chicken might fry itself. I don't know.
Wake up and it's golden chicken on the table.
Boy. So, you know, some butter biscuits. You know what I'm saying? With little Ernie faces on the Shut up.
Hold on, let me answer this real quick. It's not that I'm not excited about a comic accurate Cyclops. I just don't care about that Cyclops. I saw Marston already. Like, I'm cool on the Fox X-Men. I'm cool on it. I'm cool. They want to give me a new Cyclops comic accurate? Cool. But I'm not excited about Doomsday whatsoever, so that's another thing. I'm just not excited about Doomsday. I'm not, Dre. I'm just not, like, even reading nothing about it is it. I don't know, man.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up before we go. Tina was more excited about the trailer than you are. Tells me everything I need to know about your hate for Feige. Feige, you gonna wake up, you're like, man, it's a good day to go for a jog, and you can be running, and you go, hey, throw you in the van. Hey, Anthony Mackie gonna be sitting up there with a bald Tupac fade and the Captain America outfit on, and Kevin Feige be like, oh, so you got a problem, huh, motherfucker?
Oh man. Yeah, nah, man. Salute to Feige, man.
How you saying that now? So he catch you in that truck in that transit van. Man. You know we build transit vans in Kansas City. If I get a large, if I get one large order from Marvel, I know who coming. I know who he coming for.
He coming for me.
He coming for you. He gonna throw you in that van.
One of the greatest Hollywood executives ever, man.
Yeah. All right.
Look, I'll give him the prize. Look, I'll give him his prize. He's still trash, can leave. He can still leave. He is Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson had to leave and come back.
He can still leave.
He can leave.
Just leave. Mm-hmm. All right.
He wild. Look, yeah, he washed. Get him out of here, man. Phil Jackson. Feige is Phil Jackson at New York. That's what Feige is right now. He not LA. He not LA Phil.
He ain't Doc Rivers.
Nah, he might be Doc Rivers. I like that. He might, because Doc Rivers could not get up.
Don't do him like that.
Oh man.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Thanks so very much, all of y'all, for tuning in to another episode of the Blurred AF. We appreciate all the comments, man. It was a good show. We had a good time, man. But y'all already know, man. If you haven't, go over there to Blues House Live and make sure that you're like, share, subscribing if you haven't. And make sure y'all tune in every morning to the Dre Mac Show, or Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning Eastern Time, 7:30 Central, unless you're on the West Coast. So that means you gotta get up early. I'm getting up out of here, man. Blue is getting up out of here, man. Let's go. Peace. Vibe higher, man. Enjoy the rest of you guys this Monday, man. Hey, make sure you shout into Pantheon on Thursday, because, man, I know they're going to be arguing. And I can't wait. All right. Peace. Vibe higher, y'all. Let's go.